Here they are, the Tongala C, led by
Suter leading them out. That's interesting. I see Mick Suter is leading them through. He has the honour as they break the banner. And up go the blue and white balloons.
What a spectacular open here to the 1983 Grand Final in the Goulburn Valley Football League to be played between Tongala and Lemnos. We picked the balloons going into the air, and very shortly we'll have the awards for the Morrison, won by Gary Cooper, the Abrica medal, which was shared between Mick Frazalora of the Lemnos Club and Peter Spriggs of the Shepparton United Club, and the Patterson medal winners in Dean Archer of Tatura and Blair Wilson of Lemnos. The awards will be made by the official parties very, very shortly here at the Tongala ground. As we now will have a look at the...
We shifted the grand final ground, haven't we?
Here we have too, at the Deakin Reserve. Let's check the sides here, Tom. The Tongala side has selected.
Well, I'm not sure I selected, Graham, but it was the likely lineup as we'll see it. Reading from the back line is Tomlinson, Cameron and Des Campbell in the back pocket. Half-back flanks Shanahan, Lovison at centre half-back and Dorwood on the other flank. Centre line is Morris, Smith in the centre and Davis on the other wing. Half-forwards is Reid, the big fella Tony Jones at centre half-forward and Briggs on the half-forward flank. Cortese, Suter and Nexup in the forward line. Curry and Harrison, the ruck-to-ruck rover. The rover Connolly and the interchange should be Egan and Matheson. For Lemnos, we see the likely lineup would be Watts, Shedden and Wilson in the back line. Litchfield, Selman and Dickerson on the half-back line. Britton, Palsey and Maloney on the wing and Palsey in the centre. Half-forwards are West, Hines and Lear. Forwards are Franz, and I don't think he'll line up there in the forward pocket, frankly, Franz. Moore and Murray with Valentine and Sexton. Rover, Carl, Rochelle with the interchange from Lowe and Kinross.
Well, the field umpires in this game from the VFL is umpire Kevin Smith, who umpired his fourth senior VFL Grand Final last Saturday at the MCG, and a fellow that's well known here in the Goulburn Valley League, a former Lemnos player who went to Melbourne to take up umpiring, and is the number one umpire in the VFL in umpire Glenn James. They'll have charge of the central field umpires today. In the goals are Peter Barker and Henry Power from the Goulburn Valley Football Umpires Association, and the boundary umpires are D. Perry and C. Keating. We await now for the teams to line up here for the official function today here at the Deakin Reserve Shepparton for the big grand final. The one day is usually in September, but in the Goulburn Valley League it's one day in October.
Yes, Graham, and talking of the last day in September, I wonder whether Kevin Smith will have such an easy job today as he did in the VFL Grand Final last week, where we see Hawthorn run away so easily and victorious over Essendon. I don't think he'll have it so easy today, because it's certainly going to be a tough, hard-hitting game. I had the pleasure of being here last week and watched Lemnos and Seymour play, and Lemnos with their skills was certainly brilliant the way they went about decimating the Seymour lineup. Tongala, of course, a big side, and the critics in the media have gone for Tongala. They reckon they'll be too big and too strong, but I don't know. If Lemnos, they keep the ball down and move the ball quickly, I think that they can get up, because we've had a look at Tongala in the qualifying final. They beat Lemnos by 31 points at Euroa in bad conditions. The ground was boggy and heavy, so I don't think we can take much from that. We'll wait here for the presentation of the Abacare medal from the Goulburn Valley Football League president.
We cross to Don Kilgar, the Public Relations Officer for the Goulburn Valley Football League. The Patterson medal, the best and fairest in the thirds, to Dean Archer of Tatura and Blair Wilson of Lemnos.
Of course, Blair Wilson, the son of Jeff Wilson, the ex-Hawthorn player and also coach of Lemnos Thirds this year.
Blair Wilson receiving his medal. Dean Archer now receiving his medal from the President of the Goulburn Valley Football League, Mr. Alan Sullivan.
Medals for 1983. Now for second 18, the Abacare medal. Once again, two players could not be split, therefore two medals will be presented. The Abacare medalists for 1983, Peter Spriggs and Mick Fazzalori.
The Abacare medalists, Peter Spriggs from the Shepparton United Club and Mick Fazzalori from the Lemnos Club. And I certainly know there were some pretty proud people in the tied up with the McCartney-Smith household last week.
I should imagine so, Graham, and quite rightly so. Peter Spriggs, of course, he's ex-thirds player, and I think captain, wasn't he, at one stage of the thirds in United, and he's given great service to the Shep United Football Club.
And now the big one, the Morrison medalists.
His second Morrison medal, this time with the Marootna Football Club, Gary Cooper.
Gary Cooper of the Marootna Football Club winning his second Morrison medal.
1983 GVFL football.
Had a wonderful year, Tom.
Yes, it's been. He switched over to Marootna, of course, this year, Graham, and gave the club a lot of service, and it culminating, of course, in winning the medal, not only for himself but also for Marootna, and I think that's giving them, some 5 medals so far.
National anthem.
Well, all of the crowd has come up. Tommy Collins is with his boys there. He's really pushing them out.
The
part of the
players
game.
now running around the oval. We'll just quickly pick them up, and then we'll take a very quick break and be back for the start of the big game.
Now the captains, Darryl Reid and Wayne Hines, will toss the coin. Wayne Hines has got the top.
The toss of the coin. The one by the Lemnos captain in Wayne Hines, who's kicking towards the western end of Deakin Reserve, Shepparton. That's the city end of the ground, so Tongala will be going towards the railway end. For Statewide Building Society and Purcell Video Services, I'm Graham McCartney, and my co-commentator Tom Ralph. The 1983 Goulburn Valley Football League Grand Final. Everything's just about in readiness for this, the big game to be played here at Deakin Reserve. First time since 1961 for a Premiership competition for the Tongala club. And 1970, the last time that the Premiership was won by the Lemnos Club, and I know that there's a hell of a lot of people here from Tongala today. They think that just about the whole town will be here from Tongala, and also the Lemnos Club is also very, very well supported here today. We see red and white and blue and white right throughout the ground, and it's going to be a great grand final here, and certainly a great commencement. The field umpires, as we said, is umpires Glenn James and Kevin Smith, as
Kevin Smith will take the first bounce.
it appears that way. He's just checking to make sure that everything's in readiness here. The ground is in perfect condition for the 1983 GVL Grand Final, being played here on the 2nd of October 1983, the first Sunday in October. Umpire Kevin Smith.
Curry in the run, Valentine in the run for Lemnos. Curry for Kyabram as we see umpire Kevin Smith to put it on the way. There's the bounce. It suits Curry. He puts it down on the deck. Picked up by and penalty free kick, and it will go to Tongala. Taken by David Connolly. Ruck Rover is a very chip shot, but umpire Glenn James is bringing Connolly back around his mark, right in the centre ground. Connolly now elects to go right across half-forward flank. High flyers up. No, Cortez couldn't take it. Ball on the deck. Well battled out by Tongala as they try to force the ball forward. Comes down Selman with a tackle. Player dispossessed. He can't take hold of it. There's a push, but not allowed. And the player screwing off the ball is Selman running over the top of the ball. And the umpire said it'll be a penalty free kick, and it's taken by Morris. Morris on the half-forward flank for Tongala. Put them right into attack. It's a good kick, putting it up in the goal square. Up, and there's the big fella. He's a fella they've got to watch today, Lemnos, because Tongala are certainly going to put it high into the air for Tony Jones down that forward line. And what's going on here?
Free kick to Herdenfield to Cortez, is it?
It's well, that's an interesting one.
Yes, there was something that happened down there, and the umpire, Smith, who's a very experienced umpire, saw it, and he's going to let them know, listen, fellas, there's two of us out here now. You can't get away with things like that.
I think the Tongala supporters would have preferred to see Tony Jones than Cortez having a shot, but Cortez only some 15 metres out. She swung around, and you've just put the kiss of death right on him, Graham, as he's missed. And that should be grand final nerves, I should imagine. First shot for goal in the 1983 grand final. It's gone astray, 1 point only, and a very unusual kick for goal, I might say, at the least.
Lemnos now, they put the ball up towards the half-back flank. Up they go. From behind is Jones, can't take the mark. Too high to the Lemnos player there. And umpire Smith having words to Jones. But the free kick will go to Dickelson for Lemnos on the half-back flank up towards the wing area. Well, Dickelson now for the Lemnos side, drives it into the centre of the ground, looking for a mark down there, and a good mark's been taken there through the agency of Watts. Watts now, centre wing position, drives it down towards centre half forward, looking for a mark down there. They're pushing and shoving, and umpire James says, it's against you, and it will go to Lemkos and Wayne Hines.
Oh, geez, a beautiful kick of the ball, this bloke, Graham. I was watching him last week. 60-metre torpedoes and accurate. And they'll have their hands full on with this fella.
Bit of a doubt whether Hines can get through this game, though, Tom. He hasn't trained all week.
But I tell you what, he certainly started with that one. And that puts it on the board for Seymour through Lemnos, through Wayne Hines, their captain at centre half forward. I'll try and pick up any positional changes as we go around the ground. Watts, who's normally in the back pocket, is come up and
started in the forward pocket, Tom.
Yes. Watts is on Jones, which he's got the job of tagging Jones.
Stepped down by Valentine to the ground. Players going in. Morris cops it in the back and will get the free kick. Vic Morris now at centre half back, waiting for the ball to come back to him. Morris now looks for the handball. It's out towards his skipper in Campbell. Campbell now, the coach of the Tongala side, drives it down, and a good mark's been taken down there by Britton. He plays on the minute near handball over to Selman. Selman takes one bounce, then goes for another handball further up there to where it's towards Maloney. Low rather. He's dispossessed. The ball's been pushed forward for Lemnos, and it's over the boundary line. Half forward flank, grandstand side. There's the bounce of the ball rather, trying to pick it up there. It's been put forward for Lemnos. Up they go, and it's Campbell. He goes for the punch, puts it out there towards the half-back area. We're coming in there is Curry.
And he's got a bit of curry too.
Yes, got a lot of curry.
I'd say he was dispossessed, and the penalty free kick will go to Lemnos. Rochelle, unattended there on the half-forward flank. He will now kick long, does so, puts it down into the left forward pocket. Players jostling one another, falling over the pack, and it'll be forced through for a behind now for Lemnos. Doing all the attacking in the first 5 minutes of play. Players sorting themselves out. Big thing, the grand final for both sides. There's a kick right up the middle of the ground to centre half forward. Curry in front. He can't take it. Ball onto the deck. Well played by Lemnos as they throw themselves on the ball. And umpire Smith is not going to let any business coming on. And Curry pushes his own player out of the way. And a penalty free kick will...
Yes, the Lemnos player did push Vic Morris.
Curry.
It was the Lemnos player that did it. Umpire Smith quickly on the scene.
And play on anyway
Morris
by
is
Morris.
Now driving the ball right down towards full forward. Up they go. Cortese punched away from him. Out it goes. So leading in the race for the ball there is Watts. He slips at the crucial moment. Still got it. Tries to push it out. Does so to Selman. Selman now for Lemnos. His kick's a poor one. Comes out in the direction of Robbie Britton. Britton now. Long handball. Good handball. Puts it out there to where players trying to gather the ball in. It's taken by West to the looks of it. He puts the ball down towards half forward. We're coming out from the defence is Clark. Clark now, long kick up towards the half forward. Oh, up they go. Nearly a great mark to Paul Briggs, but it's not paid. To the ground. But umpire said too high. And the against Harrison, and it will go to Britton. He plays on immediately. Puts it out there to Sexton. And umpire James pays Sexton the mark. Sexton now. In the centre square area at half-back, drives it down towards half-forward. Beautiful kick from Sexton. Up they go. Nobody can take the mark. Being gathered in and kicked towards goal. It bounces. It bounces.
Through.
And it is.
I say it's through. It bounced.
It's a goal.
Couldn't get to it quick enough. The Tongala defence were found wanting then. And,
West it was that put that through, Tom.
Yes, it's West. And it bounced on the line, came back, but then bounced over before the Tongala defence could get to it.
Very close indeed. And it takes Lemnos to 2 goals, 1-13, leading Tongala, 1 behind.
Umpire James, ball underway. Curry. Nobody can take advantage of the ruck duel as it comes down the deck. Carl Rochelle trying to keep it in front of him. Shows his bulk. A lot of power there. Throws the ball away from him. It's tackled when not in possession, but allowed to get on. Coming out through nicely for Tongala and being paid up the field for a late tackle. And the penalty free kick will go to Reid, the captain of Tongala centre wing. Reid now. Wobbly kick to centre half forward. Player down, Selman going forward, punched away from him. Cortese dummies a handball, puts it out wide. He's trying to find Davis. Davis is dispossessed. Coming away with Lemnos now. 1 bounce, 2 bounces. It's Sexton. He kicks down to the half forward flank and a push out, and a penalty free kick will go down there to Campbell. Campbell, the coach of Tongala, sees the lead in the centre of the ground. Comes off nicely, played break away, but it's smothered off the boot. Picked up again and in the players back, and by gee, they're blowing the whistle freely here today as we see Reid again for Tongala, their captain. Short pass, finds his player there at centre half forward in Briggs. Briggs now kicks with the left foot. Oh, it's a magnificent kick right from the centre of the ground, and it's nearly out of bounds on the full. It was, and if that had been accurate, distance was, of course, was no problem at all, as we see Shem Shedden, full back for Lemnos, to clear the penalty free kick.
Just waiting now for Shem Shedden. Favours this the grandstand side. Up they go, nearly in the back to Curry. Not played, and it's over the boundary line for a throw to take place on the half-forward flank on this, the grandstand side of Deakin Reserve Shepherd in the 1983 Golden Valley Football League Grand Final. This throw-in taking place now. Punched out by Cortese to Curry. He gets it down there towards Briggs. Briggs runs into trouble and puts the handball out there. And the umpires blow the whistle, and he's found a free kick, and it will go to Paul Briggs, who was interfered with after he got rid of the ball. He elects to go back, looking there for Jones. Up they go. Jones cops it in their shoulder, but not paid. To the ground. It's gathered in there for Lemnos, and they get the handball working well as it comes out to Selman. Oh, he's caught and must be penalised. Dropping the ball. Free kick to Tongala. Play on to call for the umpire now as the Tongala player. Long kick right up towards the goals. Offline and through for a minor score. 2 goals, 2 behinds to Tongala, trailing Lemnos, 2 goals, 1-13, 11 points the difference, 10 minutes gone in the first quarter of the 83 grand final. And boy, these umpires, you know, the umpires, I think, having difficulty adjusting to the 2 umpires, Tom.
Yes.
It's
interestingly enough, Graham, that Shem Shedden is not kicking out Notice whether he's trying to preserve that leg of his, but it's been left to the back pocket to clear the ball away when a behind's been scored. But nevertheless, over the top of Lemnos, but they're running right at the moment. There's a handball out to Britton. Britton with another handball, finds down to West. West straightens up now, lines him up. He's going to be offline, but it's punched away. And Stacker Franz was there, had the seat right underneath the ball, but too strong from the Campbell, the coach of...
And Cameron.
Tongala punched it away, left forward pocket. Boundary throw in, up, knocked down around the back. Picked up nicely there by Lemnos, ridden into the ground.
Yes.
And the umpire seen that and said that's quite right. And he will pay the penalty free kick to Lemnos.
Philip Murray it is to take the kick.
Philip Murray with his white boots on.
You could say they do stand out. Is the kick
nice
from
kick
Murray. It's across the face, I'd say, and it is through for a minor score. 2 goals to 14 to 2 points. Tongala, some 12 minutes gone, and exactly 2 goals the difference.
Cameron the kick out.
Beautiful kick from Cameron as he drives it up towards half back. Up they go to the ground. It's taken there by Campbell. Handball comes out to Harrison. Harrison now driving them into attack. Goes right up there long. There's the bounce. Can he pick it up off the ground? It's a goal. A great goal to Connolly for the Tongala side. They're first in the 83 grand final. They go to 1 goal to 8 points, trailing Lemnos 2 goals to 14. A goal the difference. 12 minutes into the first quarter of the 83 grand final. They did that one, Tom.
You've got to watch that there. Lovison looks very much like Campbell, and that was Lovison with the handball. They're very, very similar in stature and looks, but we've got Lovison, a centre-half back, number 32, that got that handball away that put them into attack. There's the bounce of the ball, taken by Curry, but it's knocked onto the ground. Picked up nicely there by Tongala as they come into the van again. Tried to dummy the handball, couldn't do so. And a penalty free kick for a push. And it'll go through to David Connolly again. A rover. Don't know what to do. He stab kicks across into the centre. Players up, punched away. Ball on the deck. Shellman can't get hold of it. Comes out as Shemshedden. High in the air. And it's going to favour Davis. Davis is right underneath the ball. And Davis some 50 metres out. 45 to 50 metres out. From goal. Not much of an angle for him. Gets over the top of the ball. Kicks. Line, and I'd say offline, 1 point only. That takes them 1 goal 3-9 to 2 goals 2-14. 6 points the difference in favour of Lemnos at the 14-minute mark of the first quarter.
Waiting now for the kick in. It's a long kick, beautiful kick. Up it goes, and a great mark to Lemnos for the agency of Jeff Pousty. Pousty plays on the mitten, he drives it down to where coming out is Mike Lovison. He drives the ball down, a long kick indeed. Cortese to punch to the boundary line. It's over the line in front of David Connolly, and Connolly's been this stage the most outstanding rover on the ground. Tom is doing a lot of work, particularly up forward for the Toddy Blues. There's the throw-in taking place. Comes down to where it's taken by Carl Rochelle. Rochelle puts the ball up here and it's over the boundary line on the full. The penalty kick will be taken here by Nexep for the Tongala side. Nexep drives it down, looking for Cortese. Up they go. Nobody can take it to the ground. Harrison leading in the race for the ball. Gathers it in there now, in all sorts of trouble. Gets out of it well. A couple of blind turns down. And the mark to the... Oh, he's put it the other way.
Well, there you go.
There you go. There's the ball now being kicked in. There they go. Nobody can take the mark. To the ground. Players trying to gather it in. Eventually Britton does. Handball across to Sexton. Sexton going straight down towards the centre forward position. It's all Lemnos, but eventually it's punched away. To the ground. Players trying to gather it in. They do so. The handball comes out, and away they go for the agency of Cameron. He drives it right down towards half forward. A good mark being taken down there by Suda. Mickey Suda now on the half forward flank on the outer side of the ground. 1 goal 3-9 to 2-2-14. Suda lines them up. right up there, but it looks to be offline and through for a minor score. 1 goal for 10 to 2-2, 14. 4 points of difference at the 15-minute mark of the 1983 grand final. We're playing in the first quarter and on air for the sponsors of the Goulburn Valley League in statewide and also Persol Video Services of Tatura. Here's the kick coming in, and the
Wilson.
player in front there has taken the mark to the agency of Jeff Wilson. Wilson now lines it up here, looking for Pousey. Pousey leading in the race for the ball, but it's the boundary line that is there also, and the boundary umpire said it's over the line. Give it to me, fellas, and we'll throw this ball in. Centre wing position, right in front of our broadcast point. Curry's in ruck. So too is Sexton. In the back of Sexton, free kick.
Shepherding off.
Shepherding off and go to Curry. Well, there you go. Curry it is now, getting the ball moving quickly. Britton sets himself. Can't take the mark as it's punched out of his hand there by David. Picked up there for Lemnos. Maloney across to Britton.
West falls over. Gets rid of it.
Maloney was grabbed. Taken there by Britton. Handballs the ball back to Valentine. The wobbly old kick from Valentine, punched away from Murray to the ground. Curry leading in the race for the ball. He gathers it in there well. Long handball. It's a poor one. It's an intercepted there through the agency of Lowe. Lowe comes out with a long handball, coming out here wide. Players running in there for it. Lowe's still in there fighting, picked up by Murray. Handball to Rosselli. Another handball, and away go Lemnos into attack, but the kick's a poor one. It allows Campbell to come in. Campbell comes out. He's too slow.
Held by.
Said he was being held after he got rid of it, and he'll take the free kick in the last line of defence. Kick coming out. Up they go. Mark's been taken here, and by Nexep. He puts the kick down into open territory. Briggs, clever play. Player drops his earners around there. Connolly then gets it back there towards Briggs. The bouncer eludes him. Selman comes in. The ball's picked up again by Connolly. A quick kick from Connolly. Down into the forward pocket goes the ball. Over the boundary line for throwing to take place in the forward pocket some 20 metres around from the Tongala goal. Throw-in taking place. Tapped down to the ground. Picked up there by Harrison. A shot from Harrison is out of bounds on the full, and the scores shows here 1 goal for 10 to 2-2, 14. 4 points favouring the Lemnos Strons at the 19-minute mark of the first quarter of the 83 grand final. Waiting for the Valentine to get control of the ball, which he's done so here now. And put play back on the way once more. It's a wobbly old kick from Valentine. It's Jones in front, can't take the mark, to the ground. Briggs is in there, being pushed out, being forced out. Pushed out again to Nexep. He's caught, gets his trousers ripped off. It's taken by Morris. He gets the ball back. It's to the ground here, and scrambling, picked up by Connolly. He's dragged off the ball. Umpire's blown the whistle and said, bowl the ball up. And next it there, really lost his pants ripped right off him there, and he's trying to do him up, but I think he'll be changing them very quickly. And there's the bounce of the ball taking place. It's to the ground. Briggs is in there. He can't take control of the ball. So too is Rosselli. It stacks on the mill. Eventually it's picked up. The kick comes out. Where's Slemnos in front. Cops it in the back and must get the free kick.
Yep. Penalty free kick taken by Maloney there. Centre half back position. Maloney will switch pattern of play. He's seen the lead from Shem Shedden right into the pocket, but Shem Shedden can't take on. Does so now. He eludes Suter, and Shem Shedden goes to centre wing. High in there. It's all Lemnos now as the ball comes to deck, but it's forced forward by Curry. Curry puts it down. Picked up by Lemnos now, and players battling for the ball. It's very dour, good, strong physical play taken by Tongala as they cleared away by Shem Shedden, but he's found all Tongala there at centre wing. There's a kick into the forward pocket, looking for Suter, and Suter's marked. Suter would be some 40 metres out from goal, very acute angle, right on the boundary line, and we'll see Suter lighting up. Very accurate kick for goal. Right foot, stabs at the ball, kicks, and
looks pretty good.
I tell you what, that's right through the middle. That puts them in front. 2 goals to 2 points the difference at the 20-minute mark of the first quarter.
Certainly a good opening from both sides here in the 83 grand final. It's tough. You wouldn't want to be out there. Both sides offering all, trying to get the upper hand here in the 83 grand final, knowing that every break's an important break.
Valentine and Curry, neither have been off the ball yet. Centre duel. Ball bounce favours Curry. He'll take it. Handball out, puts it right across to Harrison. Harrison now with a terrible sort of a kick, but he's found Jones. Jones with a good handball puts it out to Davis. Davis lines up for goal, and it was a mark taken by Shemshedden, running backwards. Good strong mark as we see Cortez on the mark. Shemshedden now. He comes around the grandstand side. High flyers up in the air. West can't take hold of it, but it was a push in the back, and it'll be a penalty free kick to Lemnos. There's the lead in the centre of the ground looking for Murray. Punched away from him. Coming through with Selman. Selman gets it quickly to boot. High in the air. Players going up. Big crush coming down onto the ground. Player tackle with not in possession. There's a handball coming out. Nobody can take hold. Rochelle now. Left foot kick, putting it down into the forward pocket. And that showed tremendous judgment then by Lemnos, because he was covered all the way by the back pocket, and he just slipped in nicely in front to take a very strong mark, and that's Moore. Moore now, some 25 metres out, 45-degree angle, kicks, and I'd say he split the middle right through. That's a quick reply from Lemnos. That takes him on a 3 goals 20 to 2 goals 16 Tongala, and we've been playing 22 minutes of the 1983 grand final.
Very quick answer there from Lemnos. They certainly need that goal, because I felt that Tongala was starting to put their play together. Lemnos have answered now. Let's see what can happen. Very important final 8 minutes of the first quarter. The bounce of the ball from umpire James. Up they go. Step down. It's been taken by Curry. Curry puts the ball down looking for Jones, and Jones marks centre half forward position. He's directly in front, and beautiful kick of the football. Should have no trouble at all with the distance here at Deakin Reserve, and let's see what he can do with accuracy.
Yes, Matty Selman certainly got his hands full today there with Tony Jones. Jones high in the air. I think it's offline. Yes, it's offline. 1 point only. 2 goals 17, 3 points in favour of Lemnos. And they're 3 goals 20 as we come to the 23-minute mark of the first quarter. Waiting for the kick out from Wilson. As I said, it's been interesting that we haven't seen the Shemshedden kicking out today, but the kick and the lead went to Watts. Watts now, he switches back across. Dangerous play from them, because it's going to be an advantage to Tongala if they can take hold of it. Britain can't take hold of it. Only can pushing in through there is their number 31 in Connolly, trying to force the ball. He does. Coming down, there's a free kick, and slightly for overacting, he's got that free kick. So we see Shemshed now. He plays on very quickly. Comes around to the grandstand wing. Players up high.
Oh, Maloney, beautiful mark.
And what a top mark from Maloney. He had the set, and he held the ball as they're zigzagging all around the ground here at the moment. There's a handball from West. Play on. He's got to stand there, Hines. He couldn't do much about it. There's a trip, and James has seen it, and it'll be the penalty free kick will be taken by Pousty, the centreman for Lemnos. Right on the square. Pousty now. Big fella in Franz hasn't done anything as yet. He's looking for a big climb down there as we see Pousty kicking right into the pocket. Up, and Franz can't take hold of it. Play on, said the umpire. Players run over the top at Franz now, and Franz has put it through off the deck. I'll just give him a big rap there, Graham. Said he's done nothing, and he's hasn't let me down at all, because he grabbed that one off the deck and he put it through for Lemnos's 4th goal. That takes him on to 4 goals 26, 2 goals 17 as we enter in time on of the first quarter.
Waiting for the bounce of the ball to take place from umpire Kevin Smith. Just letting things settle down for a second. Umpire Smith bounces the ball. Up they go. Step down. Put forward for Tongala. Jones is being held. The umpire had not seen it. And the mark has been paid to Shemshennen. Shedden's allowed to play on now as he drives the ball. Long kick down towards the centre forward position, and a good mark's been taken down there by Cameron. It's not paid. Been picked up here and kicked out here wide through the agency of Clark. And the umpires paid the mark, and it will be taken there for Lemnos. They go back in the direction of Sexton, and Sexton takes a good mark after he slipped over. Sexton now lining them up with a kick. It's a high kick in the air from Sexton as he lines it down there, and it's Curry it is that it's paid the mark. Curry now in the last line of defence. Sees the short kick over there from Harrison. Harrison's under the hammer and does well to take that mark on that occasion. Philip Harrison, former Morrison medalist. And he's certainly, Tongala is looking for a big game from Harrow today. There's the ball being kicked in. Up they go to the ground. This allows Davis to come in there and pick up the crumbs. Davis now takes one bounce and goes for the long kick down. And coming out is Suter, and he's taken the mark. Suter, who kicked that beautiful goal from the boundary line not so long ago. And Tongala now need a goal to put them back within striking distance of the Swans. Suter lines them up. Beautiful kick from Suter. It looks pretty good. It's a goal to Mickey Suter. And that takes Tongala on to 3 goals, 5-23. Trailing Lemnos on 4-2-26. 3 points the difference here. 25 minutes gone in this, the first quarter of the 1983 Goulburn Valley Football League Grand Final. Umpire Smith now bounces the ball in the centre of the ground. Up they go. Valentine with a knockdown. High kick in the air. Play on's a call for the umpire. Doesn't go 10 metres. Mino Leah grabs it in. Leah goes down there looking for Franz. Campbell. Push against Franz and to be taken by Campbell. And the old stage, Demon Des. It's Campbell now coming out. The wobbly kick from Campbell. Up goes Loverson, and he's taken the mark. Loverson now plays on. Handball to Harrison. Philip Harrison now drives it up towards the wing position. Murray rather pushed his player up. The umpire let it go, and that's allows a throw-in to take place centre wing position. Here's the throw-in taking place now. Up they go. Big knockout.
Cortez got the advantage then from the knock, and it's going to favour Lemnos as we see Sexton now trying to get through. There's a handball coming back nicely, and they're in attack again, Lemnos. Hines can't take it. Curry breaks away, playing a strong game whilst he's resting down there. High up in the air, and Shedden held. Not allowed. Play on, said the umpire. Coming through is Lowe. Lowe puts it high into the air. It's picked up nicely there, taken by Morris. Morris handballs out, but nobody can take hold of it. Players falling over the top of the balls. We see Matty Selman forcing the ball forward. Finally gets it up. Gives a handball back to Wilson. Wilson now kicking to centre wing, but it's gone straight into the hands of Atkinson. No, I'm sorry, not Atkinson, but Clark. Clark now right to centre half forward for Tongala. Push out of no avail, and a mark by Shedden. Shedden now, long left foot kick, looking for Hines. He's captain. There's a push, and he'll pay the mark to Franz instead. Franz some 55 metres out from goal. It's the lots high up in the air, try to get distance. It's offline as well. There's a bad bounce on a high tackle, and a little bit stiff there, I think, Tongala, because they were both going for the ball, and I don't think I could blame Clark too much for that one. It just happened that Mimo Leah's head happened to be where the ball wasn't. As we see Mimo Leah now lining up for Lemnos's 5th goal. Kicks, it's whirling round, and he's put it right through the middle. That takes him on to 5 goals 2, 32 to 3 goals 5, 23. 9 points in favour of the Lemnos Swans at the 30-minute mark of the first quarter. Ball coming back to umpire Kevin Smith in the centre of the ground. Barry Valentine in the ruck for Lemnos, needs to really lift himself up today. He didn't do much last week, and they'll be relying on this big ruckman of theirs to really do something today. We see Curry in the ruck for Tongala. playing well around the ground as well. Ball up, favours Curry. He puts it down to his rover. He's dispossessed, but he finally comes up from, that was Harrison. Harrison kicks forward, and it was a good strong mark taken down there by Tony Jones, and he would be some only 30 metres out from goal. Slight angle as we see the camera right behind him. Coming in for his kick. Jones lining it up, kicks, and it's right through the middle, and that's Jones's first, and Tongala's fourth goal, as we see a quick reply from them. 4 goals 5, 23 to Lemnos, 5 goals to 32 at the 31-minute mark.
Players are starting to settle down now. Got over the original early grand final nerves and have settled down, and I think everything's in readiness for a great game of football here at the Goulburn Valley League grand final being played at Deakin Reserve, Shepparton.
There's not much breeze, Graham, that's favouring either end.
No, it seems to be all blown around here in the grandstand.
Yes.
There's the bounce of the ball taking place, being tapped down to the ground, comes through to where Rochelle takes the ball now, puts it down, up they go, nobody can take the mark. Being taken away here by Cameron. Cameron now, a long kick from Cameron right down towards centre half forward as the sirens sound, and it's quarter time here in the 83 GVL Grand Final. 4 goals 5, 29 to Tongala, trailing Lemnos 5-2, 32, and some 3 points difference here, and it's still anybody's game, naturally enough. We'll check the goal kickers with Tom Ralph for Lemnos.
Well, Graham, for Lemnos, we've got Hines 1, West 1, Franz 1, Moore 1, and Leah 1. For Tongala, Connolly 1, Jones 1, and Mick Suter with 2 magnificent goals is for their tally of 4.
How did you see that quarter, Tom?
Well, it's typical of a grand final, Graham. They're both sides sorting themselves out. There's obviously nerves affecting their players, and it showed in both sides with a bit of scrambly play, and I felt that Lemnos were under instruction to move the ball around, switch patterns of play, keep moving the ball, but I also felt they zigzagged a little bit too much. They had a lot of use of the ball, but didn't use the ground to full advantage. Whereas Tongala, you can see their instruction is to kick the ball high in the air for their big fellas to mark, kick long, and that's what you've got to do on this Deakin Reserve. But I still feel, as I said earlier, that Lemnos have got the runners, and I think they'll be too fast on these type of conditions and this type of ground for Tongala. As you said, there's nothing in it, Graham, as we can see on the scoreboard, only 3 points. Lemnos, I felt, had the most passages of play, but didn't use the ground to an advantage.
Right, we're on air for Persol Video Services, Statewide Building Society. We'll take a break and be back with the start of the second quarter of the 83 Grand Final.
For the thing. Yeah.
Bounce the ball for the start of the second quarter in the 1983 GVL Grand Final. Umpire Glenn James in charge. Valentine, the tap down to Sexton. Sexton puts the ball straight on his boot and drives it down towards centre half forward position. Coming through is West. West straight down there. Franz couldn't take the mark. Plays on immediately. Gathers around. A snap from Franz is way offline. Out of bounds on the full. And the penalty kick will be taken for Tongala down there by coaching Desi Campbell.
Very interesting, Graham. I think by the look of it, there's been one change in the Lemnos camp. Looks like Jackie Litchfield's on the ground.
Lovison it is, rather, with the kick. It's Lovison's kick now. It's a long one. Coming out to where up goes Valentine, punches away from Curry over the boundary line. Throw to take place. Half forward flank on the grandstand side with Lemnos kicking towards the railway end of Deakin Reserve in the opening stages of the second quarter of the 83 Grand Final. There's throw-in taking place now. They're juggling in ruck there. It comes down from Curry, goes to Harrison from the handball. Gets the handball back here, and away go Tongala now as they drive the ball right down towards the centre forward position. Selman trying to grab the ball, can't do so. Does it well though. Gets the handball, follows it up, takes it himself. He goes for another handball. Mehdi Selman there playing a one-man's game at this particular stage.
Well done,
good play
Selman.
from Mehdi Selman as he drives the ball down towards the centre forward position, and it's nearly a mark. Eventually it comes out towards Harrison. Harrison now dodges around, elects to go out here wide in the direction of Davis. But over the back is Britton, and Britton has taken the mark on half forward. Robbie Britton now, the spectacular star of the Lemnos side. There's the ball being punched, but the umpire said you're over his shoulder, and the free kick will go to Rochelle Lovison, and then having a few words there. And who's actually going to take this kick?
Well, he did the same as what before, paid a penalty after a penalty, and it'll come back to the second one to West at centre half forward.
West now to line them up. He's a long way out from goal, would have trouble making the difference, but certainly will be able to drive Lemnos well into attack. Here's a kick from West. It's way offline, goes into the pocket. Up they go. It's still in play. Now it's over the line now. Throwing to take place. But breeze appears to be blowing up slightly, Tom, but...
yeah, slightly lifting up, Graham, but I think across the ground, or if anything, could be favouring the town end.
Harrison now, he's caught. Play on's the call from the umpire. They come out of it. The handball to Lovison. Lovison goes for another handball. Eventually it comes out here to where Tongala gave her the ball in. They through the agency of Davis. He drives it down there looking for Jones. Jones can't take the mark to the ground. Players trying to grab it in here now. Eventually it's Briggs in there. Cops it too high. Play on's a call. All that players grabbed completely. The umpire said it was being held to him. And the free kick there, the ball up will be the result.
Right half forward flank for Tongala in their zone as we see umpire Glenn James to take the ball. Big Cortese in ruck there. Bounce affected. From behind, good knock taken down by Lemnos, and that would be forced out of bounds by Valentine. Valentine and Cortese in the ruck. Selman at the back, favouring across, goes down. Harrison overruns the ball, he can't take hold of it. Nobody can. Tongala now an advantage. Coming up, picked up by number 6 in Smith. Smith will lose it, and there's a little bit of a high tackle, and not allowed as Trotter Harrison wasn't too happy with the attention he got, so he gave a little bit back for his corner, as we see still. Right forward flank, thrown in. Taken by Lemnos. Knocked through. Onto the right foot, high into the centre of the ground. Hines up there, he's underneath the ball. Knocked down, coming through. Nicely was the big fella, and he's kicked it forward. Comes up to Britton. Britton, he'll lose one.
Used his body well.
Murray, I should say. Murray high in the air, and it's still kept in play. Players fall on top of it. Curry held when not in possession, but umpire Smith wouldn't make a decision other than he'll bounce it up right on the point of the square. Murray now. Down on the deck, it's forced round. Picked up by Campbell. No, it wasn't Campbell. And yes, it was. I'm sorry, Campbell had cleared that ball. Right half forward flank for Lemnos. Half back flank for Tongala. Outside the ground. Boundary throw being affected. Curry in there, Valentine. Curry gets it, puts it down to Harrison. Harrison handballs, but nobody in effect. Curry taps it on again, through that Lemnos player's legs. Players falling over the ball. It's tough out there, and the umpire said that was in the back, and it'll be a penalty free kick taken by number 12 in Clark for Tongala. Clark now kicks it round the outer side of the ground. High flyers up in the air, and Cortese, I think, will take it. Yes, Cortese now. Long kick. Battle down there with Suter. Suter can't take hold of it. Bad bounce, knocked down by Wilson, but it favours Tongala. So they come out by Carl Rochelle, clearing the ball out the centre wing. Bad drop down there taken by Pousty. Pousty trying to battle against two. No avail. Picked up by Tongala forward in the forward pocket, and he's found number 11 in Briggs. Briggs now, some 45, 50 metres out from goal on fairly acute angle, some 30 degrees, and he will line up. Briggs now. Coming onto his left foot. Lines it up, a lot of deliberation across the face. Up, and Jones, is it?
Yep.
And it's Jones, the big fella, in the goal square, taking a mark. He'll be taken right around the other side now, some 45, 50 degrees. He'll line it up. Jones is lining up for his second. Puts it high in the air. Goal umpire said that's through. That's Jones's second for the match. And Tongala's fifth. They go into 5 goals, 5, 35. Leading Lemnos by 3 points, 5-2, 32 at the 7-minute mark of the second quarter.
It's a very handy goal too to Tony Jones for the Tongala Blues, and they certainly needed to get that first goal in this quarter. Waiting now for the ball to be brought back to the field umpire, Kevin Smith. Of course, Kevin umpired the grand final last year in the last week for the VFL, and of course it's great to see the VFL showing so much kudos to the Golden Valley League to send up these 2 top umpires. Notice that King Ross is warming up for Lemnos as Sexton takes it. Sexton drives the ball down there to where it's Loverson. He can't take the mark. A snap there from Mimo Lear, and it's over the line for a throw-in to take place.
Well, it's King a very tame
coming
final, Graham, isn't it?
It is so far.
There's no spite or anything. That gets a little bit tough in passages, but...
I think we got all the spite we needed in the second grand final, actually.
Got the steam out as we see the boundary umpire putting play in. Curry gets that knock, but he puts it down to Murray. Murray's under a lot of hammer there from Tongala defence, and we see the clearing kick coming out to Davis. Davis now wants to play on. Comes around his mark, kicked high in the air, and it's out of bounds. And penalty throw in to be affected right in front of the broadcast position here. True centre wing in front of the grandstand, as we see at the 9-minute mark of the second quarter. 3 points of difference favouring the Tongala Blues. Curry gets it down to the ground, picked up and by Prowler. He handballs on. Oh, bad handball play, left it behind, over the top of the ball, pushing the back, not allowed. Lemnos trying to fight through. Sexton it is, and the umpire said held to him, and we will bounce the ball centre wing.
There's a bounce taking place. Up they go. Curry with the knockout to the ground, taken by Sexton. Sexton now drives the ball down. Nobody can take the mark. Gavitt in here through the agency of Hines. Hines now, high kick in the air, right up there, looking for Franz. Up they go. Campbell from behind, kicks it off the ground, and it's through for a rush behind. Yeah. 5 goals. 5-5, I think. 5-3 rather. 33 to 5-5, 35. 2 points the difference. Down to the ground it is.
Rochelle.
Sexton early. The umpire's found a free kick. And it
Rochelle
will go
held when
to
not in
Carl
possession.
Rochelle for being held, not in possession. And he'll take the kick now at the centre half forward position. Plays on the short, and it's a good one. And Franz comes out and he takes the mark. Franz
beautiful
now.
lead and a beautiful pass too, Graham.
An opportunity to put Lemnos back in front. Franz kicks, swinging back. It's very close. It's hit the post. 5 goals for, 34 to 5-5, 35.
Well, you can't get much closer than that for accuracy, can you?
No, I thought actually it did me a good favour the way I called it, Tom. It was very close. Here's Cameron, the fullback, kicking the ball back in for Tongala. Up they go. Nobody can take the mark. To the ground. Harrison's in there fighting. He's been held when he didn't have the ball, and Harrison it is that takes a kick. Plays on immediately, drives it down towards half forward. Jones comes out. Could have taken the mark, didn't do so. Handballs the ball back, puts his teammate under a lot of hammer, but he handballs it on there, Davis, across there to Briggs. Briggs now takes it, breaks the tackle, lines them up. Oh, it's a shocking kick from Briggs, and it's offline and through for a minor score. 5 goals, 6-36 to 5-4, 34. 2 points at the 10-minute mark of this, the 1983 grand final, and we're playing in the second quarter. Shinchenon has taken the kick out on this occasion. It's a wobbly old kick, but he finds Matty Selman, hits him right on the chest. Selman now with the kick, drives the ball down towards the centre half forward position. Loverson and Hines do battle, and Loverson on this occasion wins out. He plays on the handball. Tongala come out here wide to where the player here is trying to grab the ball in for the agency of Davis. Davis running in all sorts of trouble, gets around well, comes into the short trip and finds Philip Harrison on centre wing position. Harrison's been in everything, but he's caught on this occasion and must be penalised, and the free kick will be taken here by Glenn Pousty.
I was about to say it'd be best on the ground at the moment, Graham, and
when he does that,
a thing like that to you.
And it's Lovison from behind that will be paid the mark. Lovison now starting to come into his own against Hine as he drives the ball, a long kick down looking for Jones. Up they go, it's punched away from Jones to the ground. In comes Curry, he's caught, dispossessed, gets it away though, comes to Connolly. Connolly now drives the ball down. It's punched away to the ground. Morrison tried to trap the ball, can't do so, pushes it out, comes out to Nexit. Nexit goes out the kick to Jones. Jones dummies around, he's caught and dispossessed, taken by Rochelle. And Carl Rochelle it is, drives it out, and a good mark's been taken out there by Vic Morris.
They know who we're talking about.
Here's Morris now driving the ball down with a big kick. Up they go. It's hands off the pack, taken by Rochelle. He drives the ball out here now with a big kick. It's to the centre wing position. The handball comes out in the direction of Shane Sexton. Sexton now coming in, drives the ball with a long kick down to where up they go. A bit of a push from Campbell, not seen by the umpire. He comes to kick. It's out there in the open spaces, allows Britton to come in. Britton now showing all his skills, comes into the short trip, and he's found Wayne Hines at centre-half forward position there. And just as I said that Lovison was trying to get on top of him, Lovison left him alone, and as a result, Hines has been able to take that short pass, and he's at the true centre-half forward position. As you said, Tom, he's a great kick of the football. The captain of the Lemnos side slips at the crucial moment, and it's out of bounds on the full, and Hines is definitely not 100% fit, Tom.
No, not by the way that leg's been bandaged up, Graham. He got a heavy knock last week, and it's obviously favouring it because he leant back on that ball when he kicked it. But there's the kick out coming through to the outer side of the ground. Harrison in the van there, he picks it up nicely, pushed in the back when not allowed. Cortez couldn't bend over. Picked up by Lemnos, he's dispossessed. Coming back up again was Memo Lear. He gets a kick on Thrine's teammate across there, Rochelle. Rochelle now, handball out into the middle of the ground, and it's coming through to Pousty. Pousty kicking to the pocket. High in the air it goes, and Jacker Litchfield coming on the ground in the second quarter. Didn't like the attention he got, neither did Glenn James. And by gee, I wouldn't like to buy land off this plate, because if that's 15 metres, she's a good one.
I wouldn't mind buying it. I'd like to be selling it.
I don't want him selling it for me. I'd like him to sell it for me. There's Jacker Litchfield now lining up. Kicks, goal umpire looking right across the face. And it's out of bounds on the full. But I thought the umpire was paying a penalty, not to be. Lovison now to clear for Tongala. Up and there, nobody can take a ball on the deck. Hines battling for it, he can't take hold of it. Handball out, good football from Tongala, but it's all Lemnos as they run in across one another. There's four in the centre there, fighting one another, not talking. Dummies a handball, he's caught. Allowed to go on, said the umpire. There's a handball coming out. Kick high in there, Selwyn dumped after he kicked it, but allowed players, and good again. Strong mark by Lovison. He's giving Hines a real bath down there at the moment, but he's dispossessed. Bad handball back to Litchfield. Litchfield lines it up, and he has a shot, but it's offline, 1 point only. And fancy when you see bloke like Lovison twice now, good strong marks and bad handball putting these players under the hammer when they should be clearing the ball well away. Clearing kick to be taken by Tongala as we see the scores at the 15-minute mark. 5 goals, 6 to Tongala, 5 goals, 5 Lemnos. Murray couldn't take it. Knocked down. Carl Rochelle now. Short chip shot. They're still not using that ground properly. Coming through and lining it up was West. An experienced footballer like West, and I can't tell me it's nerves now, Graham. It's utter pressure out there from the Tongala defence, making Lemnos forcing themselves into error by the intense pressure of the game. Kick being cleared out by Clark. High flies up. Cortez can't take it from down behind. West again gets it. Puts it across. Players run into one another. He's had a shot for goal. No, and strong mark in the last line of defence taken by Tongala. Clearing kick. Bex to go on the outer side of the ground, up in the air. Should have been a free kick, and it will be. Push in the back, and it's taken by number 8 in Morris, half-back flank. Morris now, outer side of the ground. Kicks long, centre wing, high. Up, Cortese in front, being held, not allowed. Ball onto the deck, picked up by Morwood. He'll come forward now. Steadies, kicks down in the goal square. Suter can't take hold of it. Wilson there trying to keep hold of it. Ball down onto the... and umpire will bounce the ball some 45 metres out from the goals.
There's the bounce of the ball taking place now. Up they go. It's tapped out here to where players trying to cover it in. Allows Britton to come in. Quick handball from Britton there. Goes through and finds Glenn Pousey. Pousey drives it down towards centre forward position. Murray! He's up and he's taking the screamer. Philip Murray has marked some 50 metres out, 45, 50 metres out from goal, and a very slight angle and an opportunity to put Lemnos back in front of this, the 83 grand final. Murray's kick, it looks pretty good. It's a major, and Lemnos go to 6 goals, 5, 41 to Tongala, 5-6, 36. Briggs is off for Tongala and Matheson is on.
If that doesn't lift the side, nothing will. A screaming mark like that in the goal, Graham.
It was a ripper of a mark, that one. Well, must go down so far as the mark of the grand final, although Maloney took one out here on the wing, which was probably as equally as good. Umpire Kevin Smith for the ball in the centre of the ground once more. Play about to get underway. 20 minutes gone in the second quarter. Pousey tries to take it out of there, can't do so. Matheson's just on the ground. He's caught. Going in there is Britton. Eventually he taps it out on the second occasion out in the direction of Maloney. Maloney gathers it in, gets the handball away though, and through the agency of Lowe they go into attack. Driven down there to where behind it's pushed forward. Coming in there is Murray again. He goes for the handball out to Stacker Franz. Franz trying to gather the ball in. He gets around Rover. That's a wobbly old kick from Franz right across the face of the goal. For the mark.
Hines.
To Wayne Hines. Read it well, Wayne Hines. Drifted down from centre half forward and has taken a good mark. Let's see what he can do with this kick, Tom, while we're in kicking distance.
I tell you what, they must have worked out a plan, because Hines put himself right there as soon as Stacker Franz run around.
Hines shoots, slips again. This occasion looks good, and Lemnos go away to 11-point lead. They go to 7 goals, 5-47 to 5 goals, 6-36. 21 minutes gone in the second quarter of the 83 grand final, and this game has changed once more, Tom.
Yes, Graham, it's Tongala started to slow up a little bit there. The defence of Lemnos been standing strongly, because it not quite very often has it come down over the half-back line for Lemnos.
It's very slow, actually. The pace of the ground has slowed up quite considerably. Lemnos, who usually run the ball well, at this particular stage are fighting to get their kicks forward. There's the bounce of the ball taking place. It's Valentine winning well in the ruck, but it's the kick's shark. Kick comes forward for Tongala. They can't gather it in, though. To the ground, coming through is Harrison, trying everything for a Tony today. It's smothered by Britton.
That's the desperation that we see. That's really keeping Lemnos right into the fore there. They're putting their body onto the boot, trying to stop Tongala at all costs.
Valentine again with the tap down. It's Shedden who's up there. He can't take it, and as a result that umpire Smith will come in and ball the ball up. Bounce of the ball to take place on the wing, slightly into the Tony half-forward zone. They've been a goal badly. Curry takes it. He's dispossessed. It's the new player on the ground there, and King Ross that puts the ball down there towards half-forward. Murray's in. He's getting covered all over. Play on's the call from the umpire. Hines can't bend over, but West picks it up. West now puts the ball down, but standing there is Campbell. And Desi Campbell, the coach of Tongala now, to drive this Lemnos attack out. He goes for the short kick in there to Cameron, and Cameron has marked at the centre half-back position. Cameron now driving the ball up, a long kick up there, where up they go, and Cortese it is that marks. He goes for the handball straight on, and away go Tongala here through the agency of Smith. Long kick from Smith is offline and through for a minor score. 5-7, 37 to 7 goals, 5-47. Exactly 10 points the difference here. 23 minutes gone in the second quarter of the 1983 grand final. There's the kick coming out, and the mark's been taken down there through the agency of Watts. Watts now at half-back, looking to drive the ball up. Eventually he decides to go up to the wing position looking for Britton, and Britton, leading well, takes the mark. Robbie Britton now.
I think this is where Lemnos are winning it across the centre, Graham, at this stage.
Yes, both their wingers are in everything. There's the ball coming out to where Lovison punches the ball out wide to where it's a race here. It's Lemnos in front for the agency of Pousty. Pousty strips the ball back, but puts Britton right on the hammer on this occasion. It's tapped down to the ground. Players trying to gather the ball in. Eventually it's taken there by King Ross, who's the new player on the ground, and he's had a few kicks. Lovison goes for the punch, but straight down to Rochelle. Rochelle puts the ball to the ball, but tripping in there to take the mark is Shanahan. Shanahan now at the full-back position, drives them out towards half-back. The kick's a poor one, and this allows Kevin Maloney in to take the mark.
It's not good football, Graham, is it?
No, it's poor standard football, actually. It's opened up quite well, Tom, but it's fallen away, particularly in this quarter. Maloney now, a long kick, right up towards the edge of the square. Up they go, up from behind. Another great mark to Stacker Friends. They're marking well, Tom. You know, actually at this stage they're out marking the Tongala side, and of course as we've seen during the course of the year, it's been Tongala's strength, their ability to be able to mark. Wow. And it's Friends now lining up to put the next goal on the board, and that's a very handy lead indeed. 16 points we go into time on. 8 goals, 5, 53 to 5-7, 37, 24 and a half minutes gone, and this is the second quarter of the 1983 Goulburn Valley League Grand Final. Lemnos leading Tongala by 16 points, a very handy lead.
Well, a very handy lead, Graham, and I'm just looking at the big fella Cortez moving back into the centre of the ground. He's done nothing at all today for Tongala, and if they're going to do anything, we're talking about the big man power Tongala. They've got to get this big fella moving around the ground and firing. At the moment, he's done absolutely nothing for the Tongala Blues.
It's first time he's been on the ball there, Tom.
Oh, yeah.
Harry's done all the ruck so far.
There's the bounce of the ball. Up they go. Taken by Cortez, but it goes straight down to Murray. It's a high tackle.
Britton,
I should say, and he couldn't help but be a high tackle when you look at the size of the two players. But it's penalty free kick being played down the ground, which wasn't too far, and we see taken by Valentine. Valentine right in the centre of the ground. Wobbly sort of a kick off the boot out to the side. Up and Mimo Leah, is it? Mimo Leah, half forward flank. Too far out for Mimo. He's not a very long kick of the ball. He's some 65 metres out, but he'll certainly put it down into the goal square. Leah, kick, right down into the forward pocket, knocked onto the ground, and it's forced out of bounds, right forward pocket, in the Lemnos scoring zone at the 25-minute mark as we enter into time on. Cortez and Hines. Hines trying to get the front position. Battle on. Cortez finally gets it, picked up by Rochelle. He's had a snapshot out. Franz is in the race for the ball. Comes back, kicks it forward, but it goes straight to Tongala. Players battling for it. There's a lot of pressure going on out there as one of the Tongala players cops a high tackle. Play on, says the umpire. Kick, centre of the ground. Nobody in particular. Nobody can take hold of it. Rochelle knocks it down. There's players firing on everywhere. Tongala throwing themselves in, and the umpire said penalty free kick, and it will go to number 8, Morris of Tongala, in the centre of the ground.
Just looking back at the end of the ground, Westy's in the hands of the trainer. He's not too well at all. As the ball's now been put down and over the mark, and will come back, and this will allow Tongala to drive the ball right into attack.
Right in the centre of the ground now.
Westy's coming off the ground, actually, Tom, from
I'd
that
say
high tackle.
He might be losing a bit of clarity out of the nose. Morris now to put Tongala back into attack.
Low coming back on the ground for West.
High in the air, Selman from behind gets the punch down, but it favours Tongala. Curry takes the missed kick. He's too slow. Caught. Play on, said the umpire. Big punch out coming out there from Sexton, but he finds Tongala and Shemshedden. Last line defence. Clearing kick coming around the grandstand side. Two Lemnos players up and battling for it. Not allowed. Play on, said the umpire. That players burst through. Umpire's allowed to go on as it's knocked out. Picked up there by Davis. Davis centres the ball, looking back. Players looking at one another as we see Sexton now clearing the ball. Good defence from them. as it comes into the centre of the ground. Hines spread eagles them. Picked up nicely there. Picked on by Lemnos over Hines' head. Murray cackles from behind. Franz, and the umpire said in the back, and it'll be a penalty free kick against Philip Murray, and it'll go to Tongala. There's the kick, right to centre wing. High up, Cortese in front. He can't handle it. Kicked off the ground by Valentine, but Cortese with a handball. Good football from the big fella as we see the clearing kick coming down, and it'll be a mark. Play on very quickly. Tongala have got to move this ball, as we see picked up by number 13. He's lined it up, and he's put it right through the middle.
Goal badly needed for the agency of Nixit there to Tongala. Quarter of the 1983 Golden Valley League Grand Final. And Tongala badly needed that goal. Let's see what they can do in the dying stages of this second quarter. Bounce of the ball taking place. Up they go. Punched out by Valentine. Taken for Tongala. Driven down towards half forward. He's a race to the fast men. It comes through to where it's been taken by Mickey Suter. He kicks a quick kick into the ball. Comes back to Suter. They fight one another for it. Tongala comes to Britton. Picked up there by Suter. He's thrown to the ground. Britton in, and Suter will get the free kick. Britton going off there, but no worries about that one, Robbie. That was definitely there. And it's Mick Suter now.
He's trying to even up because he copped a high blow, and I think he was a little bit frustrated.
Suter now lining them up.
Well, he's kicked two beautiful goals so far, Graham. Right through the middle. And this one is going to be offline, I think.
Through for a minor score. 9 points the difference here. 6 goals, 8, 44 to 8 goals, 5, 53.
Low scoring game for a grand final. A lot of pressure from both sides, and therefore not a great spectacle to watch as we see the clearing kick coming out, and it's taken by Watts.
Comes over to Litchfield. Litchfield, quick kick in up there towards Kingross. Oh, he drops the ball. Should have been penalised. Play on's the call from the umpire. Stacks on the middle, and umpire Smith comes in and calls for the ball. The Tongala player saying, come on, you just dropped that. And Connolly and umpire Smith said, no, he handballed it away. Well, I saw it differently, Kevin. There's the bounce of the ball taking place, being tapped down to where it's been taken by Cortese, the big fella. He goes across looking for Jones, and Jones marks it in a half-forward position. And this would be a very, very handy goal to go into the half-time long break for Tom.
Bad play by Selman. He was standing around about 5 yards away on the goal side from Jones, expecting the ball to come towards the goal square.
It's swinging
away.
away.
A bad kick. And this is indicative of the style of football that we've got here in this grand final today, because they're certainly not showing much accuracy in firing for goal, and particularly Tongala, as we see them going to 6 goals 9 to 8 goals 5 Lemnos.
That's the Sorrow, the single half-time in the 83 grand final. Just repeating those scores. Lemnos an 8-5, 53. 8 points in front of Tongala on 6 goals, 9-45. With Tom Ralph, we check the goal kickers for the leaders, Lemnos.
Well, in that quarter, Murray won, Hines won, and Franz won. And that gives 2 to Franz for the game. And Jones and Nexup for Tongala, with Jones.
It's interesting, Tom, that Lemnos, all their goals have been kicked by different players.
Yes, Graham, other than Stacker Franz, he's kicked 2. But we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players from Lemnos scoring goals, which happened last week. I think there was some 9 players for Lemnos doing the same.
As it's getting very cold here at Deakin Reserve, Shepparton, the wind is blowing up, and it certainly could be a very wet finish to this game. Tom, that quarter, standard slipped right away indeed. It was a battle for the first half, and Lemnos got that break to go 16 points up, and then towards the end, Tongala started to settle again and come back. But the standard's very poor, and certainly no team has been able to get their running style going.
No, it surprised me because, as I said in the first quarter, I thought Lemnos were the far faster side. Tongala better in the air, and yet in that quarter was exactly different, because we see Tongala moving the ball quickly and Lemnos superior in the air. So we've had 2 separate quarters, or 2 quarters so different from one another. As you said, not pretty football, but that's what grand finals are all about. It's a hard grinding, slogging match, and I'm sure that both coaches from the sides, Campbell, of course, will be really getting stuck into his big fellas for not doing enough. And I think on the other side of the ballpark that we'll see that the coach of Lemnos will certainly be getting at his blokes and telling them that they're not moving and running fast enough. They're not backing up enough at this stage to take the 1983 grand final out. But nothing much in it. They're only looking at, what, some eight points of difference at half-time, and it'll be an interesting third quarter, because I've always called it that third quarter Premiership football in any match.
We'll take a break and we'll be back with that important third quarter for statewide and Persol video services, the 1983 Goulburn Valley Football League Grand Final. Robert Vincent, Brian Chris, Well, we're back here now. The umpire signaling to the timekeepers for the start of the final third quarter, rather, of this the 1983 GVL Grand Final. The bounce of the ball takes place. Up they go. It's down to the ground where Curry tries to gather the ball in. He does so now for the Tongala side. Curry puts the ball out there wide, where up goes Suter. He can't take the mark. Following it up well, gets it in the back, and Suter it is. Will get the free kick. Mick Suter now, centre wing position, right in front of the scoreboard, which shows it's Lemnos at this stage by 8 points. There's the ball being put down. Harrison can't take the mark. It's gathered in by Watts, picked up by Britton. Clouds the call from the umpires. Watts would have got a free kick. Good umpiring from umpire James. Long kick now from Britton down, and the umpire's going to pay the mark to be taken for Tongala. They drive the ball now down with a long kick looking for Jones, and Jones marks on the chest, coming out in front of Matty Salmon on that occasion. Jones now with the ball. A long high kick from Jones, looking for the big fella Cortese. He plays on.
Hit the post.
Hit the post and a behind. Bad missed indeed from Cortese. Not having the best today for the Tongala Blues, and a costly missed indeed.
5 metres out, Graham. Incredible, isn't it?
Isn't it?
There's a kick coming out from Shem Shedden, right out the other side. Curry can't take it. He eludes him. Kicked on nicely there. Knocked on by Seymour. Seymour, we're not even in the right game. Leah trying to get hold of it, does so now, and he kicks forward, and it's out of bounds, half forward flank in front of the Shepparton Football Club rooms. Boundary umpire to effect throw in. Does so. Curry. Hines can't take hold of it, down onto the deck, picked up by Tongala, but it's all Lemnos now as they come forward. High kick, looking for Leah in the pocket, and he's found him. Now Leah some 50 metres out from goal, on about a 45, 50 degree angle. Leah to line it up. Watching right over the shoulder from the camera. Kicks, it's offline, and I'd say 1 point, no, out of bounds, said the boundary umpire, right on the point post. And Tongala will now, through the agency of Des Campbell, their coach. Clearing kick from Campbell out to the half-back flank, knocked down, picked up nicely there, picked up by number 4, and that was Jacker Litchfield, and he's found his teammate some 20 yards closer to goal, and through Shane Sexton, the vice-captain of the Lemnos Swans, lining it up, a lot of deliberation, some 45 metres out, kicks, he swung it right across the face of goal, high flyers up, fans can't take hold of it, players dispossessed, but comes out, handball, he's into a lot of trouble out there, was Smith, he clears it forward, and it'll be a good mark taken by Robbie Britton. Robbie Britton kicks back across, and that's how they keep zigzagging this ball around, and I can't see any value in that. But there's a mammoth kick right in the goal square. It's forced out of the pack. Leo in the van. He can't take hold of it. He's dispossessed. Davis can't get through there. It's Shanahan. Shanahan finally clears the ball, and he finds his teammate Crossier and Morris on the half-back flank. Morris looking for leads upfield. Plays on around his mark. Kicks out to centre wing. Players pushed out of the way. Knocked on nicely through for Tongala, but it's Matty Selman coming through. Run over the boundary line, fortunately for him, before he kicked it, and it'll be a boundary throw-in being taken between centre wing and half-forward flank for Tongala. He said he was over the line when he kicked it.
A bit of a discussion going on here between the field umpire and the boundary umpire.
Umpire Smith doesn't believe him at one stage. It took a lot of talking from the boundary umpire, but he stuck by his guns. He was there. He knew what was going on, and he throws the ball back in. Curry takes hold of it, comes off his shoulder. Litchfield stripped as he's going for the ball, and he'll get the penalty free kick centre wing. Litchfield, he'll play on quickly, runs around Curry, runs into all sorts of bother, but he finally gets his kick, and he finds Memo Lear. Lear plays on, slips over, but he comes back on his left foot. It's a shocking kick. Franz can't take hold of it. He's bowled right through the legs. Shanahan falls over the top of it, and it's going to be forced out of bounds, which it is, right forward pocket for Lemnos.
Waiting now for the throw-in to take place. The third quarter here at Deakin Reserve of the 1983 GVL Grand Final. Curry to Harrison. Harrison does it well, and he's well shepherded. Puts the ball up here towards centre wing position. And it's tapped over the line for a throw-in to take place. Centre wing position, grandstand side, right in front of the interchange. There's the throw-in taking place. Up they go. Valentine, one well in the ruck all day. Gets it down towards Sexton, but chipping in is Pousey. Pousey pushes it out in front of him. Comes through to where the umpire's blown a whistle, said that.
Right on it.
It's a free kick. It's against you, Jeff Pousey, and to be taken for Tongala. In the centre of the ground by Vic Morris. Morris elects to play on a and goes for the long kick looking for Jones. Jones in front and takes a good mark in front of Selman. And Matty Selman there, if you're going to be able to keep Tongala out of kicking goals, well, Jones has got to be held at centre half forward. Jones now kicked a beautiful goal from there in the first quarter. Let's see if he can repeat the medicine, because certainly the Blues, they need a goal at this stage of the game. The kick, beautiful kick from Jones. It's a major. Jones's third goal, second goal.
That's his third, Graham.
That's his third. Takes Tongala to 7 goals, 10. 7 goals, 10. 52 points, and they're trailing Lemnos on 8-5, 53. A point the difference here. 7 minutes gone in the third quarter of the 1983 Golden Valley League Grand Final. Ball back with umpire Kevin Smith in the centre of the ground. Play about to get underway once more. Big crowd here. No doubt it will be a record gate. Last year's gate was about 13,500. I'd say, looking at the crowd, we were close to 16 or 17. It's taken there and put forward there through the agency of Nexep. Down there to where Jones, he's interfered with. It's picked up. The umpire's blown the whistle, said too high. Free kick will go to Tony Jones. And let's see what he can do with this one. Jones now. Just kicked the goal a matter of 30 seconds ago. See if we can repeat the medicine to put Tongala in front. Jones taking his time about the kick. Lines him up. He shoots. It's straight through the middle. A great goal from Tony Jones. And that takes Tongala to 8 goals, 10, 58 to Lemnos on 8-5. 53, 5 points favoring the Blues with the 9-minute mark of this the third quarter of the 83 Grand Final, and Tongala right back in it, Tom.
Well, Graham, that's, I think I might be corrected, but that's the first time they've been in front since they scored a point at the first minute mark of the first quarter. So it's taken them 2 quarters and some 8 minutes to get on top of Lemnos, and it's only by 1 solitary point, but still they're there, and they're, that's 5 points. So we see the clearing kick coming back from Murray, behind down, Hines from behind, can't take hold of it. Play on, said the umpire. It's picked up by Shanahan. Shanahan clears out to centre wing, and he's found Davis. Davis at true centre wing out of side. He dummies, now he plays on, walks around that player. He's tackled though, picked up. Harrison can't take hold of it. Players fall on the deck, and the umpire said, I'll ball it up, and umpire Smith will take the ball, centre wing, in front of the scoreboard to bounce the ball. Lemnos need a quick reply now, and
football, Tom, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, good football from Tongala, as we see unattended there. The knockdown from Lemnos coming forward. Ball bounces awkwardly for them. It's knocked down the ground. Hines cops one in the nose for his trouble. He's walking away in disgust, but here it is. It's picked up now by Smith. Smith for Tongala, clearing down the half-forward line, and a big flying mark, and it's taken there by Jones.
Tony Jones going to have to look at a move.
Setting it up. There's Jones putting it right up in the goal square. Cortese, but Shemshedden showing his strength. Philipsley plays on when under pressure, and he's got to force that ball right through for 1 point, and that was bad play from the very experienced fullback in Shemshedden. Took a strong mark and everything else, and then foolishly played on, and he was tackled.
Can Lemnos afford to leave Matty Salmon on Tony Jones, Tom?
Well, we don't know.
Umpire's paying a 15-metre penalty on that occasion.
Against Cortese, but certainly Jones is a focal point down there at the moment and taking some strong marks, and I think he's just too tall for Matty Salmon. There's the kick coming along now from Shemshedden right into the centre of the ground. Players can't take hold of it, falls on the deck, Boust, he takes it, swings out of the play. Backing his judgment there was Tongala, but it's picked up now. Coming forward, and it's a nice chip shot and finds Hines, and Hines is now some 45, 50 metres out from goal. Very slight angle with an opportunity to put themselves back in front again. Interchange being affected for Tongala as we see number 7 in Egan coming on. I didn't see who came off, Graham.
Had trouble picking
Hines lines him up, ball swinging across, and it's only 1 point. That brings them to 5 points the difference now. 8 goals 11, Tongala 59 to 8 goals 6, 54 at the 11-minute mark of the third quarter. We see the kick out from Tongala, magnificent kick right into the centre of the ground. Murray up, he can't take it. It's picked up there nicely by Harrison. Harrison onto the right foot, down the forward pocket, looking for Suter, can't find him, and the ball is forced out of bounds, right forward pocket for Tongala.
That's the fastest the ball moved down the ground for some time, Tom.
Yes, Tongala looking good in the first 10 minutes of this quarter. They're certainly been fired up there by Campbell, and they're running the ball very quickly, moving it along, which we expected Lemnos.
Comes down to Egan. He gets the fumbles. Picked up by Britton. Drives it up there to the centre wing position, but Curry, unattended, takes the mark. Curry and Hines having a little bit of a discussion there on centre wing. Curry now with the ball. Elects to go for the long kick down towards half forward. He's looking for Jones, and Jones it is that takes the mark and cops one. But Tony Jones it is that will get up and line up for his third goal in the quarter.
There's a fair way out there, Graham.
Yeah, he's a fair way out, Tom, but he's a beautiful kick of the football, and if anybody can kick it, well, certainly he could. Just think that it wasn't, it was Suter kicked one from around there, that position in the first quarter. As we watch now as Tony Jones lines them up. There's his kick. No worries about the distance. The accuracy is the question. Crowd says it's a goal. The goal umpire says it's a goal, and away go the Navy Blues. They go to 9 goals, 11, 65. They're leading Lemnos on 8 goals, 6, 54, 11 points at the 12-minute mark of the third quarter, favouring Tongala.
Well, as I said, Graham, Premiership quarter, third quarter, and Tongala have certainly come out fired up, catching Lemnos very flat-footed, except the fact that Tongala on that occasion had too many men in the centre square.
Britton is on Tony Jones.
Interesting.
There's the ball coming down, and a great mark to Mike Loverson at the centre half-back position. And a 15-metre penalty being applied against Philip Murray as Mike Loverson now, the high wobbly kick down there. He's looking down there for Mick Suter, and he's found him on centre wing position. Suter now, what will he do? He decides to go for the long kick. Oh, it's a beautiful kick from Suter, right up to the edge of the square, but chipping in is Shemshedden. Peter Shemshedden, the 200-game veteran for the Lemnos side. Great fullback, puts it out there to where it's Kinross that takes the mark. Kinross in the last line of defence. Back pocket. Drives it out here to centre wing position. Looking for Maloney. Up before his sentences, and the free kick there must go to Vic Morris. Morris now on the wing position, goes for the long kick down. Up they go. Nobody can take the mark going to be paid, and it will go Lemnos's way to be taken by Peterson Shannon once more.
He hasn't played on the last 2 times. He learned his lesson.
No. Shannon is stopped right up. He elects now to go for the kick. Centre wing position. Valentine and Curry it is that takes the good mark. He's looking for the running boy, but it wasn't there. Elects now to go for the kick in there to where Smith went up, and the umpire said, you got into his back, and Smith in the centre of the ground will take the kick for the Blues. Smith now driving them down, big kick, looking for the big fellas down there. Cortese and Jones take it off each other's hand. Here comes Carl Rochelle. Rochelle now trying to gather the ball in, but it's taken off him for Tongala. In goes Harrison. The umpire's blowing the whistle, said a free kick against Connolly will go to Kinross. Half-back flank on the grandstand side. Kinross now driving the ball up the centre wing position. Up goes Shanahan. Should have taken the mark. Didn't do so. To the ground. Players throwing themselves on it there. Clark's in there for the Blues. And umpire Glenn James says, well, fellas, come on, clear it out. Give it to me. And I'll ball the ball up. Curry, Valentine, in ruck. Harrison, Rochelle, the Rovers. Down it goes. Taken by Rochelle. He's caught. Throws it to Curry. Leon's the call as Curry drives it down with Connolly and Britton. And Britton got up a mile. Couldn't take it. And it's out of bounds as Tony Jones took it over. And throw in half-forward flank area on right in front of the Shepparton United HT Luck Pavilion. There's a throw-in taking place. Up they go. It's tapped down to the ground. Players trying to gather it in. They can't do so. Eventually it's been picked up here for Lemnos by Jack Litchfield. He twists and turns and eventually puts it down towards half-forward. Lovison from behind, and a great mark to Mike Lovison. Centre half back for the Tongala side. Plays on immediately. A long kick down towards the centre half forward position. Sexton will be paid the mark, if not the free kick against Egan.
They're looking a bit shell-shocked, Lemnos, at this stage, Graham, at the
very similar game to last year, Tom. Very similar game. Led at half-time last year in the grand final, Lemnos, and were easily defeated by Seymour. Can it be a repeat performance? There's the kick coming down. Lovison again, and he's marked. And a 15-metre penalty will be applied against West. Mike Lovison now, brought up to the centre wing position. Puts the ball out there wide. Cortese sets himself. Can't take the mark. To the ground. Taken off the hands by Britton. Britton now back up to the centre wing position. Up they go. Punched away for Tongala to Harrison. Harrison coming through. Handball to Curry. And Curry now running in. A long kick right up there towards the full forward position. And a mark to the Doos. Good mark indeed. Taken by the captain in Darryl Reid. And he's marked. He's about 25 metres out, 30 metres out from goal, 45-degree angle, lines up the goals, goes for home, straight to the middle, and Tongala go further ahead. They go to 10 goals, 11, 71 points, leading Tongala Lemnos Rover 8-6-54. We're going playing 19 minutes, and this is the third quarter of the 1983 GVFL Grand Final. Waiting now for umpire Glenn James to bounce the ball once more in the centre of the ground. Can Lemnos repeal back this driving move from Tongala? Tap down there, comes to Harrison. Quick at the ball, puts it out here wide. Players trying to gather the ball up, they can't do so. Being pushed forward, good play there from Kinross. Picked up by Rochelle, out it goes to Mimo Leo. A good trip shot back, and a mark's been taken by Wayne Hines. And ever they need a captain's goal, now is the time.
Important goal here, Graham, required by Lemnos to stop this run of Tongala's, because they certainly came out full of fire, Tongala. Their big men started to move the ball well, and we need now Hines to settle that run. He lines it up, it's coming back, it's through the middle, and that's a timely goal needed. And that started from Kinross on the half-back flank, forced the ball forward, just pure physical strength as he moved the ball, and finally Rochelle found Hines, and Hines put it through for a badly needed goal, taking them on to 9 goals, 6, 60 to 10 goals, 11, 71 at the 20-minute mark of the third quarter. We see the umpire James now to bounce the ball. Curry there, doing a great job, but it comes down to Lemnos, but it's intercepted by Tongala as we find out there is Davis. Davis will lose a tackle, puts it on. Kick forward by Tongala, coming into attack again. High flyers up, player picking up. There's a handball. Oh, Kinross gets it out of trouble now. He sees his teammate centre wing. Lemnos are coming back, coming through nicely. 27. He kicked it high into the air, was Nexup. Nobody can take hold of it. Trying to burst his way through the pack. Then, a penalty free kick will be taken by number 30 in Pousty, who just tried pure physical strength to burst his way through, and he would be some 20 metres out from goal. Slight angle. Another quick goal here, and it's another ball game. As he lines it up, and he's made no mistake.
5 points the difference.
Goals. 5 points now, 66. 10 goals, 66 to Tongala. 10 goals, 11, 71. 21 minutes into the third quarter.
Well, what a quarter of football this been, Tom. Lemnos looked going for all money there 3 minutes ago, and there are 2 quick goals, and they're right back into this game. 5 points the difference here at the 20-minute mark of this, the third quarter of the 1983 GVL Grand Final. Kevin Smith bounces the ball. Up they go. Nobody a clear knockouts. Trying to be taken by Connolly. He's dispossessed. Picked up there for Lemnos. Good play there from West. But goes to Egan. Cross to Morris. And Tongala go back into attack. Looking down here where Britton goes for the punch against Jones. Oh, he's caught. Must be penalised. And free kick to Nexup against Kinross on that occasion.
Good tackle from behind then, Graham, because he could have quite easily given it in the back.
Certainly. And it's Harrison it is that's taken the mark for the Tongala Blues. There's the kick from Harrison. Right up, but it's offline and through for a minor score. Exactly 1 goal the difference here. 10 goals, 12, 72 to 10, 6, 66. 22 minutes gone in the third quarter of the 83 GVL Grand Final.
Shedden now. Kick out. Oh, it's a wobbly kick. And Egan in front of the pack. He took advantage of it. And the interchange that had been affected in this third quarter has shown Egan to put them back into attack. Egan now, left foot kick right into the goal square. High flyers up and in front. Lemnos is it, Shedden. He plays on very quickly. One bounce. He's looking for players upfield. He finally does the kick, but he's found his players out of position. It's gone straight to Curry. Bad play. Curry sees Egan in the middle of the ground, standing unattended. And Egan now some 45, 50 metres out from goal with an opportunity to make it 2 goals straight lead to Tongala at the 23-minute mark of the third quarter. Egan lining it up now, left foot high. It's going across.
Offline.
And it's 1 point only. 7 points the difference at the 23-minute mark. It seems to be all Tongala this quarter as they really put the pressure on in the first 15 minutes. But Lemnos steadied, a couple of quick goals and have kept themselves into the game. Shedden is certainly saving that leg of his. He's not kicking out hardly at all today. So we see Murray kicking out. It's a long kick, high, forward pocket, no, down. Plays Valentine, try to shepherd off Curry. Curry gets hold of it, gives it across to him. Lining up for Suda and missed again. And costly misses from the Tongala Blues as they're hammering away in this third quarter, but offline on each of these occasions.
Selman to kick the ball in now for Lemnos. Lex to kick the ball out this side. Players go up from behind his Kinross, a good mark. Been a good player since he's come on the interchange in the second quarter. And Kinross now driving the ball, the kick up towards centre wing position, punched away by Tongala, comes through there to that play. Oh, he's caught Connolly, must be penalised.
Good tackle.
And free kick will go to Litchfield. Litchfield plays on immediately and he drops the ball. Play on's a call from the umpire, scrambling in there on centre wing position. Umpire's letting it go, and eventually umpire James blows the whistle, says, give it to me fellas and I'll bounce the ball.
There's the pressure, Graham. Experienced footballers playing on without looking around what's near them. And losing the ball too quickly after earning it so
Sexton
well.
takes it out of the air to the ground. Egan in there fighting, throwing himself at the ball. It's Stacks on the middle. Umpire said, you dropped it that time, Vic Morris, and the free kick goes to Maloney for the Lemnos Swans. Drives it down towards centre half forward position. Up they go. Is that a mark? No, it's not. It play on. Comes to the ground where Loverson's coming through. Play on's a call from the umpire. Good umpiring as Mike Loverson taking 3 bounces and drives the Blues into attack, looking for Jones, and Jones will mark. Tony Jones at the true centre half forward position. They've shown today he won't have any trouble making the distance, and he certainly in this quarter has been a focal point for the Navy Blues comeback.
Lemnos defence found lacking there. They weren't concentrating when the umpire Smith allowed them to play on.
It falls over. Tony Jones kicks in the man of the mark.
Steer it, couldn't do so. Play goes on though. Kicked out through Curry's legs. There's mistakes galore going on here. But we see now Tongala trying to steady, but it's off the...
too high.
Too high, said the umpire, as he nearly got his head taken off his shoulders. And we see now it's taken by West. West coming forward, but it's all Tongala. Dropped that mark, picked up by Egan. Egan handballs out. Comes out through to Smith. Smith coming forward, but it's all Lemnos now. There's the handball of sorts. It's a comedy of errors here. It's not good football as we see Lemnos now through West finally getting his, not West, it was Litchfield, finally getting his kick. Centre wing, comes down. Lemnos player tackled. Hellwood with the ball, dropping the ball, said the umpire, and it'll be a penalty free kick to Tongala. Play on as they come around now, coming down near the square. High up was, he can't take hold of it. Pushed down onto the deck. Chemcheddin trying. Suda trying. Nobody can take hold of it. It was all Lemnos. There's 8 of them. Fumbles everywhere. Play on, said the umpire. Knocked out by Selman. He finally gets his kick. It's a centre wing. Rochelle there. He's under a lot of pressure though. And it was taken very strongly by Smith of Tongala in the centre of the ground. In a time on as we see West putting them back into attack now. Puts it down. Players can't take hold of it. There's a bad handball. Comes off the player's back. Picked up there by the big fella. He clears to centre wing. Tongala in the van. Memo Leah, he can take hold of it. He does so now. He centres the ball, but oh goodness me, where's the forwards? No one can take hold of it. Hines, Dunnies for a handball, gives it to his player. He's in all sorts of trouble. Over the shoulder, not allowed. Play on, said the umpire. It's errors everywhere as we see a handball coming out from Tongala. Oh, high tackle allowed again. These umpires are just letting the play go as we see it go down to Cortez. He picks it up. He does a bad handball, goes back to Dickerson. Dickerson goes across the other side of the ground. Players battling for one another. The big fella in Suda comes down, lines up for goal. He's put it down and takes up on the line. And by gee, what a 5 minutes of football to call there as we've seen errors from both sides as the pressure was exerted. As on the player with the ball, Serta lined up with a brilliant kick for goal, but what a great performance for the Lemnos defence to get down there and touch it right on the line as we see 10 goals 15, 75 to 10 goals 6, 66, 9 points in favour of Tongala Blues.
Great calling, Tom Ralph, as Selman kicks the ball back in. Up they go. King Ross trips in and takes a well-judged mark. He's been a great player for the Swans since he come on halfway through the second quarter. There's King Ross driving the ball down. Up they go. Nobody can mark. To the ground. Taken away by Dorwood. Puts the ball down there. Looking for Suda. Mark's being played to Selman. And a 15-metre penalty. Selman plays on the handball to Shencheddin. Shencheddin now drives Lemnos into attack with a big kick. Up they go. No marks paid. To the ground. Picked up by Cameron. He drives the ball out centre wing position. Up they go. Taken by Suda. Suda, the big handball going out there, and he goes. Tongala going down. Oh, must be get the free. No, it's not paid. It's allowed to go on. To the ground. Kicked up the ground. Play-on's a call from the umpire. Comes out here. Lemnos now driving the ball up to the centre wing position. Up they go. And it's no mark paid out there. Stacks on the mill. Centre wing. And umpire Smith will come in and ball that ball up. Geez, I tell you what there, I thought Jones was... should have had that free kick. It stood out a mile, but umpire James is closer.
The umpires hadn't played a lot in that last 5-7 minutes, Graham.
There's the bounce of the ball. Curry with the knockout to the ground. Players being held out there, and the umpire's seen that one, and the free kick will be taken by David Connolly. Conley now, still eligible for the third 18 competition, playing in a senior grand final. Drives the ball down, looking for Jones. Can't take the mark on that occasion. Comes over the back of the pack. Players throwing themselves in. Stacks of the middle at centre half forward position. Umpire Jones blows the whistle and said, give it to me, fellas. And I'll ball the ball up. Centre half forward for Tongala, kicking towards the railway in as we approach the 29-minute mark of this, the third quarter. There's the bounce of the ball taking place. Being taken by Conley. It's tapped down to the ground. Comes to the ground. Picked up there by Selman. He gets the ball out there to Sexton. Sexton now. Tristan turns. Drives Lemnos into attack down to the centre half forward position. Up they go. Nobody can take the mark. Out they come, push forward, picked up there for the Blues through the edge of Shanahan. He's caught, but he gets the handball going across there to Conley. Conley drives the ball down to centre forward position. Shinchenan can't hold the one-handed mark. It's been taken away here for Lemnos and driven back up towards the half-forward flank area. Up they goes, punched down to the ground. Still on the ground. It's been taken by Carr. Dropped the ball. Clouds a call from the umpire. Taken away here for the agency of Jeff Wilson. He drives it down towards the centre forward position. Players trying to grab the ball. It's been pushed out backwards by Campbell. Picked up by Philip Murray. A step from Murray. Goes across the face to goal. Stacker Friends has taken the mark.
What
the fingertips. A great mark to Friends.
Running away from the ball that was spinning all around in the air, and Franz put out those big hands, and they've fallen into him. And by gee, we've got some 7 minutes of the time on being played, and we're looking at 9 points of difference at this stage as we stack a Franz. How important is this kick to the Lemnos Swans as Siren's about to go? Franz lines it up, puts his hands in the air. He's put it right through the middle. And there they go, 72. 3 points of difference now, and we just about end of the third quarter as we've been playing 7.5 minutes of time on, and what a brilliant 10 minutes of football, fast football that we've had in this quarter. It's been fast
football, but by hell there's been mistakes made by everybody on the ground, and I think a couple by the two men in white too.
Well, that's pressure from both sides, Graham. We're waiting for the ball to come back.
It seemed to, at the around about the 20-minute mark of that quarter, they seem to realise that it's a grand final and they better start to do something. And really the standard of play at that stage really lifted at about the 20-minute mark. Probably the best 10 minutes of football we've seen so far, as we've seemed to have lost the ball. Now it's just coming back over here now. The boundary umpires are going to bring it on. Back in, we've been going for 32 minutes. This is the third quarter of the 83 grand final. Ball's being brought back now to umpire Glenn James to bounce the ball.
Building up to a last man standing last quarter, Graham.
Yes, it certainly is. And it's going to be a great big crowd here. Probably a gate $16,000 here today to be a GVL record, I'd say. Oh, great mark to Smith there. As the siren sounds, the single three-quarter times, the scoreboard shows Tongala 10, 15, 75, leading Lemnos 11 goals, 6, 72. We'll check the goal kickers with Tom Ralph.
Right, quickly for Lemnos, Pousty 1, Hines 1 and Franz 1 in that quarter. That gives Hines 3 for the match and Franz 3 for the match. For Tongala, Jones 3 in that quarter. That's given him 5 for the match, and Reid 1. We'll take this break for three-quarter time and be back for the exciting last quarter of the 1983 Golden Valley Football League Grand Final.
We're going to have Michael paraded around the arena in a vehicle. Give him a big hand and recognise the feat.
We're going to have a quick
Michael Candelier as Australian champion sportsman and Commonwealth Games medalist. Give him a big hand as he goes around. Michael Candelier, the Australian badminton champion and Commonwealth Games representative.
The final quarter of the 1983 Grand Final. Graham McCartney and Tom Ralph on air for Statewide and Purcell Video Services. Umpire Glenn James to bounce the ball. The final quarter. Who will be premiers? The Blues or the Swans? There's the bounce of the ball taking place. It's Valentine with a knockout, but taken by Smith for Tongala. Drives him into attack. Comes down there to where Selman takes it. Selman goes to the ball out there wide for Lemnos. Out towards half forward. Punch to the ground. Nobody can give her the ball in. It stacks in the middle. Half forward flank area on the outer side of the ground. Eventually it's picked up there for Tongala, and they drive the ball into the centre of the ground where Netball goes for it. He overruns the ball to the ground. Coming through is Selman. He's dispossessed. Players trying to get it. Rochelle falls over, doesn't get the free kick, gets it out to Egan. Egan now picking the ball up. His kick only goes about 5 metres to Nexip. Back to Egan, it goes for the handball. And Egan's kicked down towards half forward. Players set themselves. Britton, and the mark's been paid to Robbie Britton. Well judged mark from Britton there. He plays on immediately, drives it out to where the ball's been taken there by Maloney. He goes for the handball on. The ball there, kicked down towards half forward. Players trying to get the ball. In the back's the call. Free kick will be taken there for Lemnos. Down it goes, and the mark's been taken by Pousty. Sees the lead across there from his captain in Hines. Gets into the back of Loverson, and Mike Loverson it is. The true fullback position will take the free kick. Loverson now with the ball. Settling things down. Saying I'm going for the big kick here at this stage of the game, fellas. Drives it right up into the centre wing position, where Nexit and Smith fight each other for the ball. It's taken now by Murray for Lemnos. High kick in the air from Murray. Drives the ball down towards half forward. Up they go. Nobody can take the mark. To the ground. Rochelle's in there for the Swans. Picked up there, and the handball comes out from Wilson to Sexton. And Shane Sexton kick goes out of the line on the full. And Desi Gamble, the coach of the Tongala side, will settle things down here. Goes for the long handball, finds Loverson. Loverson now at half back, goes for another handball where he finds Cameron. Cameron is caught. Play on's a call from the umpire. Picked up by Campbell. Taken by Rochelle. Across the face of goal where he's looking for Franz. Franz on the boundary line, and the boundary line wins out. The final quarter here, 3 points the difference favouring the Blues. The boundary umpire throws the ball in. Up they go. It's stepped down to the ground. Harrison pushing it out. Handball comes out. Being taken for Tongala. The kick's a poor one, and Litchfield it is that takes the mark. Would easily have been a 15-metre penalty there, but it's not paid. Litchfield on centre wing goes in with a short kick. It's not a good one, and the mark's been taken there through the agency of Dorwood. Dorwood now elects to go for the centre of the ground, looking for Jones, and Jones is up and takes a good mark on the second bite of the cherry. He plays on the handball across to Connolly. Connolly drives it down wide, but Selman marks unattended. He plays on the handball's a poor one though, allows Connolly to come in and make amends. He does so as he goes for Reid. Reid can't take the mark. Cortese can't pick it up either. The boundary line. Reid keeps it in play, picked up by Litchfield, and the umpires blow the whistle and said it's over the boundary line for a throw-in to take place. In the forward pocket, right next to the Tongala goals. Tapped down there by Cortese, to the ground. Fumbles everywhere. Players throwing themselves in. Egan's in there for the Blues. Eventually the ball comes out, and it's over the boundary line for another throw-in to take place. What a quarter of football we've got here to decide the 1983 Premiers. There's the throw-in taking place. Valentine and Cortese. Valentine the knockout to Egan. Straight on there to Suter. He's dispossessed. Play on's a call from the umpires. It stacks on the middle, and the ball up will take up some 15 metres out from the Tongala goals. Right in front of the goals it is. Can Tongala get that very important first goal in the final quarter? That's the question going through the player's mind at the moment. It is tapped out over the back there by Cortese. To the ground it is, and to the boundary line, and the throw-in to take place.
Kinross under a lot of pressure there, and I think he'll get the penalty free kick for in the back. And he will take that left forward pocket. Kinross now to relieve the pressure for Lemnos. Must get the ball moving quickly. Get it up. Good kick, long centre half back. It's over the back, but Egan there.
Great mark.
Brilliant mark. Taken in the left hand, dropped to the right hand. And Egan now, true centre half forward now, kicking high into the air into the forward pocket, looking for Cortese, but coming from behind is Big Jones, and Jones has taken a mark, and he would be some 30 metres out from goal on a 45-degree angle. Very important here for Tongala as they're 3 points in front at the 5-minute mark of the last quarter. Jones, 5 personal goals to his tally at the moment, lining up for his 6th. Kicks right through the ball, and he's missed. 4 points the difference here at Deakin Reserve as we see the ball coming back to Shemshedden, the fullback for Lemnos.
No, actually, Tom,
Leo
is going to kick it in.
Yes, it's
Mehdi Salman.
Mehdi Salman. He kicks, oh, it's a good long kick. It's right into the centre of the ground. Players up, can't take on. Can they knock it on? Bad bounce, doesn't favour Lemnos. It favours Tongala. Coming through strongly there. That's a kick high there. Found Harrison. Harrison lines him up. The goal. He's put it up. Down there, and it's forced forward. Players fall on top of one another. Allowed to go on, and it's been forced out by good play by Shemshedden. And we see there Mick Suter trying to umpire the game by telling Glenn James it was forced deliberately out of bounds. James is not having a bit of that, so we see it forced down. Rochelle trying to force his way through and dropping the ball too slow. Good tackle, and it'll be a penalty free kick to Tongala now. They're some 35 metres out from goal as we see the big fella now lining up. Jones again. He had a practice shot before. I don't think he'll miss this one. He realised how important it is. 4 points of difference. 7 minutes gone. Jones, picture of concentration. He gets round over the ball. Lining up, runs in, kicks. And it just scraped in, but it's home. And that's Jones's 6th goal. And Seymour's Tongala's 11th, 12th, isn't it?
It's Tongala's 11th. They go to 11 goals, 16. And they're leading Lemnos on 11 goals, 6. 11-16 to 11-6. $17,189 the gate here today, Tom, which is a Goulburn Valley League record. A big crowd protective from the Tongala and the Lemnos supporters, and they've been seeing a great game of football here as it comes to Harrison. He puts the ball out here wide to where it's been taken now by Suter. Back to Harrison, and away go Tongala again. The short pass to Jones, and he's marked in the forward pocket.
Well, indicative of the way the third quarter started with Tongala blitzing Lemnos, but then Lemnos pegged them back, and they allowed them to get about 3 or 4 goals in front before they start to put something back onto the board. But there's the line, but I think it's offline, and it's 1 point only. Costly misses.
11-17, 83 to 11 goals, 6-72, making the difference here some 11 points. And we've been playing for just on 10 minutes in the final quarter of the 1983 Goulburn Valley Grand Final.
There's a kick to the centre of the ground, taken off hand. Oh, he's tackled, finally gets it up, but oh, it's a poor kick going right across the centre line of the ground. Players racing forward. Tongala in the van. They can't get a bit of tunnel ball coming in. Picked up by Litchfield. Litchfield handballs it on. Player coming up. He's under a lot of pressure. Slung to the ground. Player on, said the umpire. Good tackle from Pousey. Still holding on to that player. There's a handball coming out. Egan out to Harrison. Harrison slams that ball down to centre half forward. And by G put his chest right into his backbone as we see the kick coming forward from Reed, the captain.
Jones.
Cortese can't take it. Player over it. Player falls on Harrison. And he's so disappointed with himself. Nobody even near him.
He's hurt.
No pressure whatsoever.
Tony Jones is down and he's hurt.
He cramped earlier, Graham. He cramped earlier over here, and I think that's all it is. As we see coming back to Selman in the back pocket to clear that ball out. 10 minutes of the last quarter gone. Selman now kicking to centre wing. Fellas up. Nobody can take hold of it. Curry and Kinross. And it's a penalty free kick to Curry as he reckons it. Shepherd off. Player up in the air. Oh, good strong mark. Who's that, Graham? I can't pick up.
That's Maloney. Kevin Maloney it is. At the centre half back position. Plays on, drives the ball out there wide, where it's Lovison setting himself. Up goes Mike Lovison, and he's marked at centre half back position. He's been a force for the Tongala defence today, taken a number of marks, and certainly at this particular stage, that was a very timely mark. It goes out to Suda. Suda should have marked on that occasion, didn't do so. Oh, Litchfield gets his head pulled off. An umpire has run in here to Selman. He's talking to Selman, and it's going to be against Suda, and it will go to Litchfield.
Interesting decision then.
Yeah. Very interesting. There's the ball being kicked down. Up they go. It's been punched down to the ground. A kick comes out here wide into no man's land. Smith's leading in the race for the ball. So's Litchfield. Tapped over by Smith. Coming through is Harrison. He rides the bump well. Stacks on the middle of the half-forward flank area. And umpire James says, give it to me, fellas. We'll bounce the ball and see if we can clear it out slightly.
This Litchfield's tough. You know, 3 weeks ago he was carried off with concussion. And there he is, copping all the heavy bumps as we see umpire Glenn James to bounce the ball half-forward flank in front of the Shepparton United Football Club rooms. There's the bounce. Up, Curry can't take hold of it. Down, Kinross gets hold of it. He's dispossessed and players fighting for one another, and it's forced out of bounds, still in front of the Shepparton United Club rooms on the half-forward flank for Lemnos. Valentine has to lift his game this quarter. He's really got to get the ball moving for the Lemnos red and white as we see the ball on the deck. Players fighting for it. Nobody can take hold of it, and the umpire said, I'll ball it up on the half-back flank for Tongala.
It's been an interesting duel between Valentine and Curry. Valentine has won most of the knockout today, but Curry's been instrumental around the ground for the Tongala side. There it goes down to Litchfield. Oh, he's caught. The umpire James said it was being held to him, and I'll ball the ball up. So
I'm slipping away for Lemnos now at the 12-minute mark, and they're some 11 points down as we see finally coming out to Rochelle. Rochelle kicks it forward. Harrison can't take hold of it. Trips at the umpire, not allowed. Comes down. Sexton pushed offline as he has his shot for goal, and it's out of bounds on the full.
Interchange working again. Coming onto the ground is number 23 for them in the agency of Matheson, and coming off is David Connolly. Ball's kicked out there, and the mark's been taken there by Dorwood. Dorwood now at half-back for Tongala. Elects to go for the long kick up towards the centre wing position. Up they go. Nobody can take the mark, and it bounces off the hands of the pack and over the line for a throw-in to take place. Centre wing position. Valentine and Curry making positions in ruck. Both of them are ruck most of the day, unchanged. There's a throw-in taking place. Down to the ground it goes. It's West out there, cops it in the back from Egan. Play on's a call. Egan's in there trying to pick the ball up. Umpire Smith blows a whistle and said, give it to me, fellas, and I'll ball the ball up right in front of our broadcast position on the wing position. Right in front of the grandstand, umpire Smith to bounce the ball. Up they go. Curry the tap down to Harrison. Harrison, a long kick down towards the forward pocket area, but it's over the boundary line for a throw-in to take place.
Combining well, Graham, Curry and Harrison.
Yes.
Harrison was on the move as soon as the ball was in the air.
He's been a great player for Tongala so far in the day, and at this stage I'd say that Harrison's probably the best man of field. There's the throw-in taking place. Up they go. Cortese on that occasion, but it's taken by Shemsheddon across to Kinross. Kinross puts the ball out there wide, looking for Maloney. Maloney gathers the ball in there now. Maloney now looking downfield. Goes for the long kick down there to where Dorwood from behind can't take the mark, but it comes over the back to where Mike Loverson's leading in the race for the ball. And Loverson now at centre half back drives it into the centre of the ground where the mark's been taken there for Tongala for the agency of Smith. Smith drives the ball down towards the true full forward position. Shedden's up. Pushes it away from Jones. Picked up there for Lemnos. The kick comes out from Kinross, where West didn't take the ball at all. The handball for Murray's intercepted by Curry. And Curry coming through is well shepherded by Harrison. And the ball's driven down there, and Jones it is that will take the mark. And was got one from Sexton and went straight to the ground. But he was only staging for 15 metres, and umpire Kevin Smith wasn't having a bar with it. Tony Jones now right at the edge of the square. Sees the lead coming out there, puts it out looking for Cortese. Up they go. From behind is Cortese, but Shedden coming out, puts a high kick out here to where it's Jack Litchfield lifting. It's punched away and it comes to the ground where Curry goes for the short and he finds Harrison. Harrison lines up the goals, goes for the quick one, out of bounds on the full.
Should not have played on, Graham.
No, should not have played on. Lack of talking, I'd say, on the ground there from his Tongala teammates.
He was well within scoring range for him. He's not a big kick of the ball, but well within scoring range. instead of a foolish play on. But there's pressure being exerted again as we see clearing kick from Matty Selman in the pocket. And there we go, Curry taking it. He moves well for a big man. He's gone looking for him and finding Suter in the forward pocket, between the forward pocket and the half-forward flank. And Suter would be now some 40 metres out from goal, being brought around by the umpire.
16 minutes gone, Tom.
He said to the umpire, what, can I kick over the line? The umpire said, do what you want to, son, but that's where you kick from. Suter trying to get himself steady there. Important kick. Lining them up, kicks. I tell you what, that's pretty accurate there. It's not going to make the distance. And there's the big fella,
Reid.
Goal square. Reid, is it?
Yes, Daryl Reid.
The captain of Tongala, taking a strong mark in the pack, right in the goal square, and this could nearly put the nail in the coffin for Lemnos Swans as we see Reid lining up for his second. Kicks it, and by geez, got the goal umpire, but it's through, and that's Tongala 12. They go to 12 goals, 7, 89 to 11 goals, 6, 72, 17 points. The difference at the 17-minute mark of the last quarter.
Tongala taking all before them towards the 1983 Premiership here. They lead by 17 points halfway through the final quarter of the 1983 Goulburn Valley League Grand Final. Can Lemnos come back? That's the question which thousands of people that have packed this ground today to pay a record $17,189 to watch this game, and umpire Glenn James blows the whistle and finds the free kick to be taken by Glenn Pasty. Pasty now with a long kick down towards the centre forward position. Players setting themselves. Nobody can take the mark. To the ground it is. Coming out though for Tongala. They drive the ball down towards the centre forward position. Up they go. Britain's up. Can't hold the mark. To the ground. That's been taken away there by the Pasty again. A long kick down to where it's over the back to where Loverson tries to punch the ball down. He does so. The handball from Tongala at the Loverson. He's good play. A further handball coming on. And through the agency now it looks like Smith. It is Smith. They drive the ball down to centre forward position, and Jones has taken another mark. And what a player he's been for Tongala today. He plays on a move, the handballer coming across towards Tomlinson. Tomlinson now in with a short kick, and a mark's been taken there for Tongala by Mick Suter in the forward pocket. And if he can put this one through, you can virtually say good night, Swans. It's going to be Tongala's Premiership.
22 years in the wilderness, Graham.
Yes, it's been a long time. Blues. It's a shot from Suter. It's through the middle, and Tongala go away. 13 goals, 13-17, 95 to Lemnos on 11 goals, 8, 11-6, 72. Well,
19
quarter of
mark.
football it's been, Tom, from the Blues.
Yeah, good second half, Graham.
Yes,
they
great
started
second
after
half.
half-time. They certainly started to put the pressure on right after half-time, and they've gone on with it in this quarter. There's the bounce of the ball. Cortez finally gets hold of it. Players battling for it. Comes out Harrison. Harrison comes forward, and he finds Suter now, half-forward flank. Suter's too far out to score, but he's going to put it right in the goal square. He does so. It's a wobbly sort of a punt kick coming down. Big fella's up. Jones still gets it. It's kicked down to the back. And who was that?
Matheson
it was. The interchange player has certainly nailed the coffin tight there with that quick goal. And that's 4 goals in this quarter.
Look at the Tongala's players in the centre of the ground congratulating each other.
They can smell blood now. They can,
yes.
They can see what it's all about.
Ortizi's on the ball. Matheson's on the ball also. So's Harrison. What a game of football we got here. From the Tongala side at this particular stage, 20 minutes gone as the crowd start to move the ground as they know it's going to be Tongala's Premiership. The ball's been taken now. It's tapped out. It's been taken by Pasty. He puts the handball out in the open spaces. And it's been picked up there now again by Maloney. Maloney now for the Lemnos side. Drives it down towards the full forward position. Up they go. Players trying to gather the ball in. They can't do so. It's coming out here towards half forward flank area. A boundary line. And it's over the line for a throw-in to take place. We've been playing in the final quarter of the 83 Grand Final some 21 minutes. The boundary umpire about to throw the ball in. There they are. It's a free kick. It will go to Valentine. Valentine against Cortese as he was being held. And then
he punched Graham. It was an infringement.
Valentine now trying to get a goal on the board to lift the Lemnos side. They've got 10 minutes, but I don't think they've got time as the ball's been punched towards the boundary line for another throw-in to take place. 14-17, 101 to 11-6, 72. The Purcell scoreboard shows at the 23-minute mark of the final quarter of the 83 grand final. A snap there from Rochelle goes across the face of the goals. It's just over the boundary line in front of Stack of Friends, and the throw-in will be the result.
22-minute mark, last quarter. 29 points the difference. I think too much there for the Swans as we see Tongala now trying to force the ball around, but it's out of bounds. Right forward pocket again. Cortese in there, Valentine. Boundary throw in, Cortese in front, Valentine gets the knock, puts it down, picked up very quickly by Wilson. Wilson's had a shot for goal, and it's 1 point only. 11 goals, 7. 73 to 14, 17, 101, 23-minute mark last quarter. There's the kick coming out. There's 3 Tongala blokes. They'll all have a raffle to see who'll get it. It's finally taken there by Campbell.
It's going to be against...
for shepherding off, is it?
Clark.
No.
What's going on? He's coming back. He's going to give out and take his kick again.
Yeah, Matheson's kick.
It's another Kevin Smith decision. And Matheson it is now to take the kick at half back.
Matheson now looking for leads upfield. Play coming congested on this centre wing as he kicks high into the air. Fires up Egan underneath, can't take hold of it. Ball comes down by Egan, handballs it out. Hines puts it on, Kinross now, he comes around, gives a handball out, looking for Litchfield. Litchfield can't get it. Cortese is there, he finally gets it out to Lovison. Lovison gets it on. And
it's on behind play.
Under pressure. And Mr. Lovison is just letting him know.
And a free kick will be paid against Lovison to be taken by
Wilson.
By Wilson.
Lovison and Wilson having a tete-a-tete.
I think umpire James turned around at the wrong time because if he had turned a minute earlier, he would have been playing the other way.
Wilson now, centre wing. Put them back into attack. Kicks down centre half forward, but Lovison standing there. He decided, well, if you're going to take it off me, I'll go down and get the ball myself. And he's done that, and he's taken his time. Very experienced campaigner. Kicks, wobbly kick to centre wing. He's gone, and it's gone straight to Pousty. Pousty plays on quickly. He puts it back to Litchfield. Litchfield runs, he's good 20 yards, lines it up, puts it down in the goal square. Franz can't take hold of it. Another point again. 11 goals, 8. 74 to 14, 17, 101, 25 minutes. We're in a time on, and I think the Blues might have it sewn up here, Graham, as we see the kick out coming through and taken by Matheson. Matheson switches across play, looks for his coach in Campbell, finds him. Campbell dummies the play. All the oomph has gone right out of Lemnos now as Tongala are just doing it at will now with 3 or 4 handball from the back line, puts it up and finds Tony Jones in the forward pocket, who would have to be one of the best on the ground today for his exhibition.
Him and Harrison.
For his exhibition at centre half forward, and he's 6 or 7 goals. Here's Jones now, kicks high into the air, coming in the goal square, Egan underneath it, forced away from him. Shem shedding handballs to nobody in particular. The ball is going to be forced out of bounds as on the left forward pocket for Tongala.
Waiting now for the throw-in to take place. We move to the 25-minute mark. 5 minutes remaining in the 83 grand final, and it's going to be Tony's Premiership. There's the bounce of the ball taking place. The handball comes out to Ed Jones, and he just tapped it over the boundary line. And umpire, yes, good decision from umpire Glenn James. He said that was deliberate, and the penalty kick will go to Robbie Britton. In fact, I've got to congratulate the umpires, Tom. An excellent exhibition here from umpire James and Smith of this 83 GVL grand final. There's the kick coming in. Nobody can take the mark. To the ground. Suda takes control of it. Gets it back there in the direction of Curry. He's been a great player for them today too. Curry puts the ball out there wide to Egan, and Egan goes out to Nexip, and Nexip have marked it half forward. Next set now, looking downfield as it's getting very dark here at Deakin Reserve. There's the ball driven down, and Tony Jones it is that has taken the mark. How many has he kicked, Tom?
5, 6 so far, Graham.
Kicked 6 so far, lining up for his 7th. And as you said, it's been an excellent exhibition of centre-half forward play. And he's been the difference, really, between the two sides. They've had the centre-half forward, the focal point up there to kick to. And there's the kick from Tony Jones. And the 15th goals on the board. 15, 17, 101 to 11 goals, 8. 74, sorry, 15, 17, 107 to 11, 8, 74. And Tony Jones for the Tongala Blues has kicked 7 goals and a great exhibition from the centre-half forward position. Here's the bounce taking place. Up they go. It's stepped down to the ground. Comes through to Hines. He gets the handball out to Maloney. He's been one of their better players as they drive the ball down towards the centre-forward position. Nobody can take the mark. Harrison, he drives it out to Egan. Egan puts the ball back there in the direction of Shanahan. Shanahan across there to Morris, and Morris goes up and finds Matheson at centre wing position. Matheson plays on a meet and he drives it down there with the ball to eludes Britton. Hines is going after the ball there. It's taken by Kingross. Kingross got nowhere to go. Then elects to go across the face of goal. He's danger. There's the handball coming back here towards Shannon, but it's through for a minor score. It's a bit of a scramble behind the play there between Cortese and a couple of other players getting involved out there. And the umpire, Smith, is just calming things down as go back, Peter, he says to Darryl Reid, just calming them down. Also Watts for the Lemnos side. As Shinchinan now, it's very dark here at the ground. Comes through to Hines, can't hold the mark. It's coming down to where coming through there is Smith. He's been a great player for Tongala also today. In goes Curry, cops it in the back, and he'll get the free kick in the centre of the ground. Kevin Curry it is. Been probably the best ruckman on the ground and certainly has given a lot of drive around the ground to the Tongala side. There's the ball being driven down there to where Suter's trying to give it in. Suter's now, he gets the handball away. He's ridden into the ground. Play on's a call. Coming through is Kidross. He gets hold after he got rid of the ball. And it's King Ross, who's the interchange player, who's really tried his heart out since coming on the ground today for the Lemnos side. There's the ball coming down. It will be air against Stack of France to be taken by Mike Loverson again. He's played a great game, Tom, at centre-half back today, Loverson, and has really defended it well. There's a short kick coming from Loverson out to Matheson. Tombala just playing around now, just waiting for that siren to sound, not giving Lemnos any opportunity. There's the kick from Matheson down to where Cortese goes up, claims the mark, play on's a call from the umpire. It's down on the ground where it's all Lemnos here. Is taken by Britton. Britton now giving the ball in. Goes for the long kick down towards the centre forward position. Mimo Leo posed to punch the ball away. He does so to the ground. Play on's a call from the umpire as it comes down to where Jack Litchfield is trying to go with the ball. In goes there is Paul Briggs. Briggs can't take it. Shanahan gets it. Then goes for the handball back out. It comes to Doran. There's the 1983 Premiership to Tongala. The final scores 15-18, 108 to 11 goals, 8-74. And that is a 34-point win to the Tongala side. A very elated supporters running on the ground to congratulate their team. And Tongala are premiers in 1983.
Right, Graham, the goal kickers, we'll go through them for Lemnos. We had Hines 3, West 1, Franz 3, Moore 1, Leah 1, Murray 1 and Pousty 1. For Tongala, Jones, obviously the stalwart down in their forward line with 7 goals in the grand final. Brilliant performance. Connolly 1, Suter 3, Nexit 1, Reid 2 and Matheson 1. As we see a 34-point victory to Tongala after 22 years in the wilderness to take home the bacon to Tongala tonight. And you're looking here at the Lemnos side coming off. Runners up again, 2 years running. And, you know, I feel a little bit sorry for them, but they've put themselves in and they've been there. They'll be looking for next year, of course, now. Goal umpire signalling all clear. Best players, I suppose, Graham, when we've got to go through it all, but Loverson certainly showed the strength. As we said, also did Jones at centre-half back, centre-half forward. They were the telling points on the ground for Tongala. And, of course, Curry in the ruck and around the ground certainly showed his strength. and with Harrison roving well all day, I'd say those 4 were instrumental, not taking away from everybody else in the Tongala side, but those 4 set it up for a brilliant win for the Tongala side.
Yes, Tom, got to agree with you there. Everything that you've said there. Personally, I thought Philip Harrison was the best player on the ground, and I just narrowly outpointed Tony Jones with his 7 goals at centre-half forward. I would have given my other vote to Mike Loverson, the centre-half back, and is narrowly outpointing the big ruckman in Kevin Curry for the Tongala side. They are the big-name players for Tongala, the players that had been brought into the side at the beginning of this, well, not only the beginning of this year, but the players that were brought in and retained by Tongala, and they need the full marks, the committee of Tongala. They've gone out, they're recruited well, and they're brought in the Premiership. They got Des Campbell back from the United Club. He coached them a few years ago, and Campbell went back to the Tongala Blues, and he's taken them to a premiership. You may recall, Tom, that at their annual meeting this year, they had 2 annual meetings. Their first annual meeting, they weren't able to form a committee. They only had one person nominate for president. He was elected, and nobody else nominated for the committee. They had another committee meeting, and as a result of that, Bruce McNeil was elected president. They formed the committee, and they worked very, very hard over at Tongala land. Probably at this particular stage, we should have a look at the Lemnos side. They were right in it up until the half-time interval. I said at half-time to my good mate, the Mayor, Bill Hunter, that it will be Tongala win. I said they'll win by 3 goals, and I was a little bit wrong, a little bit out, as Tongala were able to go away further than that. I thought the difference in the game was when Robbie Britton was taken off the wing, had to be moved from the wing. He was winging well on the wing for the day. When he had to be moved off the wing to the centre-half back position to pick up Tony Jones, that I thought was the big telling point in the particular day. It was a difficult job to pick consistently good players for the Lemnos side all day. I thought probably Britton was probably their most consistent player all day, even though that when he did go on to Jones, he wasn't able to nullify him. He was still in there fighting and contesting. Yeah,
I thought the other bloke that came on as an interchange, certainly Kinross, was had to be amongst their best players. Matty Selman was outmatched on the day. Shem Shedden, I thought, for the limited opportunities, Shem Shedden was consistent for them. He certainly put in a strong game. Hines certainly wasn't fit. It was a gamble that Lemnos obviously took, although he kicked, I think, 3 goals, but he was certainly outpointed on the day. I agree with you. When you look around the ground, there wasn't the prime movers that we expected, and after half-time, I thought they looked a little bit shell-shocked, and whether the hard match against Seymour last week was too much for them and just couldn't go on with the job today. But full credit to Tongala, as you said earlier, the way they recruited this year. They went about it for that one day, not in September but in October, and they've certainly taken the bacon home to Tongala.
Yes, Tom, full marks to them. Commiserations go to John Connellan and the boys from the Lemnos club. Lemnos has played off now in the grand final to be runners-up on both occasions, and as a result of today that they're unable to take off the big bacon. I don't know what I'm going to do with me mayor, the old Bill Hunter. I don't know what he's going to be tonight. I know where he won't be. I've got a good idea that Bill will be home in bed by now.
Right, Graham. Well, thanks very much, and it's been a great game of football to watch, particularly from half-time.
Yes,
this is Tom Ralph
and Graham McCartney on behalf of Statewide and Persol Video Services, saying good afternoon from our commentary positions. As soon as the presentations are ready, I've got no doubt that we'll cross to Don Kilgar, the Public Relations Officer for the Golden Valley Football League, for the official presentations.
president, Jeff Campbell, their coach, along with Darryl Reed, the skipper, and all the 20 players. The president of the Tongala Football Club is the president of the Garden Valley Football League, Mr. Alan Sutherland. Thanks, Alan. Thanks, John. Ladies and gentlemen, in behalf of the Golden Valley League, it's certainly my pleasure to present this cup, which won in such a magnificent way by the Tongala Football Club today. They certainly showed today they are the best team in the Golden Valley League. I'd like to extend my heartiest congratulations to all. Mr. Darryl Reed, who has really put the win around for a long time, Darryl. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear from the coach of the Tongala Football Club, Stephen Benji Campbell. Come on, Campbell, come back and go to your work. First of all, I'd like to congratulate Good Linda and congratulate you with the GVFL. I was fairly in the second section of the league. Congratulations to all of you. I don't want to let this go. The Premiership is great for everyone. Especially at Tongala, the players, but there's something certainly clear, especially the hours, something, and,